My name is James Rowlands. In 2015, I teamed up with my friend Dan White to create the WNR podcast. Since then, we have been giving you everything that's happened on the WWE Network. Now, in 2018, not only are we live for the Big Four events and every NXT takeover, but we celebrate 20 years since the birth of the Attitude Era. Plus, every month we'll bring you 205 Live, collections, new content, W pay-per-views and latest news on the WWE Network. Until we've watched everything, we are with you, and we are the WNR. Yes, hello. I am James Rowlands, and as always, I'm joined by
Dan White.
And it's the WNR155 Part 3 today, where we're going to watch 2 Raws and 2 Nitros. Before we get on to anything, let's start with the alternate intro. So the alternate intro. When I wake up in the morning and the alarm goes out of warning and I don't think I'll ever make it on time. By the time I grab my books and I give myself a look, I'm at the corner just in time to see the bus fly by. It's alright, 'cause I'll say by the bell. Well, that was awful, but still, I tried. What about the proper intro, Dan?
Enough for the proper intro, James. In 1998, WWE and WCW were locked in a ratings war. Their shows, Raw and Nitro, went head-to-head on Mondays. The WNR podcast goes back 20 years right in the middle of the battle. We've followed the war since the inception of Nitro, but now with the Attitude Era getting going and WCW at its peak, it's the perfect time to follow it month to month. This is WWE versus WCW, the Monday Night Wars for April 1998.
Well, on the last episode we have just watched Spring Stampede, but now we start with the WF and they're building up towards their own pay-per-view, which is Unforgiven. So it's April 20th, 1998.
The show opens with a recap from last week. The entire episode was a huge tease for an Austin McMahon match. That never happened because Dude Love came out and went nuts after getting Mr. McMahon. He tried to give the owner a mandible claw, but then went ahead and gave it to Austin. When that proved too difficult, Austin already having an arm tied behind his back as I stipulated earlier, JR asked why, and it seems as though the answer will be given tonight. I'm guessing. Well, I mean, I had my fingers in his mouth, so I figured at that point there was no turning back, right? Daddy-o. Sorry, I forgot how he talks for a second.
Fireworks go off and Jim Ross introduces the show, coming out of Long Island's Nassau Coliseum. Michael Cole's also at the announcer's table for some reason. JR mentions that Stone Cold Steve Austin has said he will kick the shit out of Vince McMahon tonight. They throw it to Kevin Kelly, reporting from the cemetery where Kane and The Undertaker's parents were buried. He says Kane and Paul Bearer were seen there early in the day and that The Undertaker's on his way. They'll break into the program whenever they start beating the shit out of each other.
The camera cuts to a weird shot of a lava lamp, bursts through the curtain, which is actually one of those hippie bead curtains, and dances around, while JR mentioned he is surprisingly the number 1 contender for Austin's WWF Championship belt.
Also set up a fake hippie bus that says Love Shack and some inflatable chair. Dude grabs a mic.
Ow! Have mercy! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Love Shack, the hip new chat show that has Oprah looking out and Letterman looking out for the better man.
Is that a Pearl Jam reference? Vince McMahon walks out and immediately kicks over one of the inflatable chairs like a real buzzkill arsehole. Dude asks his main man what he's doing there, and Vince grabs the mic.
With one arm tied behind his back, I had an opportunity to humiliate and embarrass Stone Cold Steve Austin, and you prevented that. You interfered, and for that I'm fining you the sum of $5,000. Don't ever interfere in my business again.
Well, he hands Dude back the mic and leaves. Dude excuses McMahon's action as part of being through an emotional week.
Dude says he's gotten tons of letters from fans asking, why, Dude, why? He explains that he was merely trying to create a little bit of peace, love and understanding. But then, he says, Austin made him the victim of a sucker attack from behind. He asks why his soulmate and former tag team partner will betray him like that.
Well, he blames the chicks. Apparently, Dude was a chick magnet back when they were tag team champions, and Stone Cold was apparently pussy repeller.
Jude mentions he's got a match with Steve Blackman tonight, but he's willing to forget his match with Austin if Austin grovels tonight, which will never, ever happen. He talks some shit about how easy it was to kick Austin's ass and then leaves. Why did he set up the Love Shack, by the way? Just so McMahon could nonchalantly kick over one of its chairs.
Well, the Nation of Domination music kicks on. They come down through the crowd for a Long Island street fight, which means anything. They got tons of weapons with them, including a beer keg.
Farouk's the opponent, and for his sake, I hope he's got friends. The show takes a break, and when it returns, Farouk's in the ring, the Nation's on the ramp, and Karma's getting his ass kicked. Backstage, Ken Shamrock and Steve Blackman are shown arguing with Gerald Briscoe and Commissioner S. Laughter while holding weapons themselves.
Well, I don't know what's going on, but I guess this match has started. So here we go. So Farouk has got the baseball bat. We've seen a lot of baseball bats recently, haven't we? But now he's got the belt, and he's whipping Karma. Of course, Karma, part of the Nation, kicked out Farouk just a couple of weeks ago. Farouk does not seem happy about it, and he sends Karma into the barricade.
Farouk is pissed off about what's gone on.
Well, anything goes. Now he's got a beer keg. Oh! Right into Karma.
Is that an NWO t-shirt he's wearing?
That must be a Nation. And now Karma trying to get up, and Farouk's got a trash can. But he's wearing an FTW top. And he rips Farouk's t-shirt off. Now Farouk down. And Karma's got the... That's not a hammer, is it?
He has, and he hits Farouk over the back with a hammer. It is not Van Hammer.
Oh my God. Farouk's got a trash can and right down on Farouk's back. Karma's got the trash can right down on Farouk's back. Nation looking on through the ramp. Now can the ex-leader get some retribution on the Nation?
Good luck, guys, my team. Karma dropping the elbow onto them injured ribs of Farouk that are heavily taped.
Well, that was their beat down like they did last week, wasn't it? Tackling him like street thugs outside, left him laying. And look at The Rock. So cocky, so cool.
Oh, Karma looking for a big splash, but Farouk got his knees up straight into the ribs of Karma. And now that is Karma for you.
Struggling to breathe. Get to his feet. Of course, everything goes. Karma stops him there.
The godfather of the Nation of Domination.
And that's what JR says, and maybe exactly that change of character. Farouk trying to fight back, but eye raked by Karma.
Now Karma working over Farouk, who's in the corner. I mean, if the former leader can't beat a normal member like Karma, how can he beat anyone like The Rock?
Well, this is the thing, innit? And Unforgiven, it's going to be Farouk with a couple of partners going against the Nation. And I mean, he doesn't stand a chance here. The Rock just looking on. You can see why maybe they decided to change it. The old line is going out. Karma's been in control.
Oh, wow. Karma looking to drop his weight onto the back of Farouk for a third time, but Farouk's spinning over as Karma was in the air, and a knee straight to the testiculars.
Now Farouk Irish whipping Karma in the corner, but Karma reverses.
Oh, clotheslines Farouk as he bounces out the corner. And Commissioner S. Laughter and the referees making sure that the rest of the Nation don't approach Farouk and Karma. Karma going for the cover, but Farouk managing to kick out. I'll have back candy floss, please, mate. And Karma's got that hammer, but Farouk's taking his boot off in the corner. Karma does this. Bang! Right in a kisser. Karma walks right into the boot of Farouk. Farouk with a beautiful spine buster. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Farouk gets it. And the former leader of the Nation wins. And it's a statement for Sunday. Nation looking to get down, but they're getting stopped. Backstage, Generation X watched footage of the time they peed all over the DOA's motorcycles. Everyone starts asking Triple H why he didn't pee on anything, since he's always talking about how big his dick is. He threatens to whip it out for some reason.
Everyone else thanks, dude. And then Billy Gunn is like, do it on camera. And then he says he should give everyone a little shower of some sort. He's kept it vague enough that he can actually be daring Triple H to jack off on television. Wait, what the fuck am I watching here? They shake on it and I'm really worried. I accidentally downloaded one of those Triple X parodies.
Yeah, well, JR says Helmsley's gonna expose himself tonight and urinate on the crowd.
The show takes the break on that line. It comes back on a promo package teasing Jeff Jarrett's upcoming performance, backed by country legends Sawyer Brown, whoever that is.
Why is this happening?
Anyway, the package wraps up and D-Generation's music kicks on. JR and Michael Cole talk about how Helmsley is going to expose himself like there's nothing anyone can do about it, and it's like an execution.
Well, Triple H is wearing a raincoat in order to get that special pervert flavour. X-Pac grabs the mic and yells at the crowd to a big reaction, though it's hard to say how much positive and how much negative. He hands the mic to Triple H.
Triple H says, you know, last week DOA talked some trash. They rode in here on some brass and they left here with their heads shoved up their arse.
Well, Road Dogg Jesse James takes the mic and does his ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and then he says, we are rocking with the D and we're rolling with the X all night long.
He moves on to talk about polishing turds.
How many times have I said that? All right, move on to polishing turds now.
He moves on to talk about polishing turds and calls the Legion of Doom doo-doo. Triple H calls Sonny skanky and tries to get a skanky chant going. Next up, Owen Hart. Triple H says it's cool if China gets put in a cage above the ring during their match at Unforgiven. Wait, is that a thing? I haven't been paying attention, but that sounds insane. But she's probably going to rip open the bars and decapitate him.
Triple H says, for all you ladies out there, don't worry about taking a little Sunday drive to Montauk Lighthouse, because Triple H has got his tower and it's brick thick and it's made for a chick.
I think he might actually say made for a chicken, but I'm not against doing a little punch up for Helmsley's benefit. Helmsley makes to leave and Gunn says he's forgotten that it's time for show and tell. They huddle up and I think it's a circle jerk.
Right, so here we go. Let's watch them circle jerking each other off then. He's himself off. Triple H's got a huge penis and that's what they're doing, degenerates.
China's having a good old look.
China's seen it.
Yes.
Oh, laughing. Look, that's disgusting. What is that they got? It's like a water pistol. Shooting out in the crowd. They're just goofing around. And they get interrupted. DX saying to LOD, come on, bring it. Right, so they start, yeah. So Hulk comes out down, what does he say? DX! Well!
Now Hulk says, we're a lot like you, except we always do what we say we're going to do. And tonight, we're not going to talk the talk. No, we're going to walk the walk.
Triple H says, don't sing it, bring it.
Wordsmith of all you, LOD and Owen walk down the ramp, but Commissioner S. Laughter catches them halfway down there and stops them.
So it says there's a time and there's a place for you to settle your differences. In fact, I think this is the time, and Nassau Coliseum is the place. As Commissioner of the World Wrestling Federation, I'm ordering a 6-man tag team match right here on Raw.
It's lucky this happened because now we've got a...
And Triple H says, I've got 2 words for you, everybody.
Suck it!
LOD goes backstage. Elsewhere, Vince McMahon paces and gets handed something to drink by some lady.
Back in the ring, a few New York Jets get sprayed by the water gun. The show takes a break, and then the headbangers take to the ring.
Well, Kevin Kelly breaks in to say the Undertaker's just a few minutes away from the cemetery.
Well, Jim Cornette accompanies Dan, the Mustache Severin, to the ring to kick the shit out of both headbangers.
Yeah, Mosh versus NWA World Heavyweight Champion Dan, the Mustache Severin, with Jim Cornette for the title, I guess.
Cole calls Mosh a great amateur wrestler, which seems wildly insulting to a WWF superstar, yet also accurate. Severin tosses Mosh around several times. Mosh attempts a throw of his own, but gets distracted by Severin's hypnotic mustache.
Severin throws it at Mosh, and JR says the Undertaker's just arrived at the cemetery. Severin continues to crunch Mosh. JR says he's been told there's a big problem at the cemetery, and Severin gets Mosh in an armbar. Mosh submits.
Let's get to the cemetery. JR tosses it to Kelly, who says as soon as the Undertaker arrived, he immediately turned around to leave. Kelly heard a blood-curdling scream from inside the cemetery and said they sent crew members up there to see what the fuck's up. Then The Undertaker runs over, grabs Kelly by the collar and starts yelling in his face.
Where are they? No, he says, where are they? Where are they?
He seems to be choking Kelly out at the same time, and all we hear back is gurgling. You all right there, James? You're choking. The show cuts away, and when it comes back, Kelly is by himself again.
Well, he says, obviously he came to me looking for answers, and I didn't have any. I can only speculate right now that he's headed back to the arena.
So The Undertaker's parents are buried on Long Island? Isn't he supposed to be from Death Valley or something? And why is Kelly talking like Undertaker stuck a finger up his arse or something?
Well, back at Nassau, Goldust and Luna walk to the ring. Luna yells, Sooner and Label. Luna yells into a microphone at Sable. Guess what? Luna plans to win the evening gown match at Unforgiven. Somehow this will also turn Sable insane.
Bradshaw heads down to the ring. First things first, he kicks Goldust in the face.
So it's Goldust with Luna versus Bradshaw.
Well, Bradshaw continues ploughing into Goldust, whipping him with his chaps and dropping him on his arse. Goldust leaves the ring and Bradshaw chases him while Luna makes weird frog noises. He slams Goldust into the apron and they get back in the ring. Goldust finally fights back and lifts a boot to Bradshaw's face. Then clotheslines him to the mat a couple of times. He slams Bradshaw into the turnbuckle, but Bradshaw bounces right back with an elbow to the face and a Russian leg sweep.
Well, Goldust evades an elbow drop and then slaps Bradshaw's head into the mat with a DDT. Luna gets in there and chokes Bradshaw on the ropes while the ref yells at Goldust for doing the same thing.
JR and Cole discuss how Austin's going to kick McMahon's ass at some point tonight, and Cole thinks McMahon might actually win the fight.
Goldust continues in control of the match for a while, but then goes for a cross-body block and gets caught and slammed to the mat. Bradshaw starts clotheslining back and forth into the opposite corners, then signals for a finisher, which JR calls a clothesline from hell. But then out of nowhere, Club Kamikaze attack and get the match thrown out. He swats a few of them away, but their 3-on-1 advantage wins out and they take him down. They hold him down for a big senton and then run away through the audience.
JR wonders why they picked Bradshaw and nobody knows.
Well, backstage, Austin arrives. The show takes a break and shows a slam of the week, which is McMahon slapping Austin in the face of the previous week. Seems hyperbolic to call it a slam, really, but I bet it pissed off every single viewer at the time. And gone.
Oh, and it's time for Warzone. The theme music gets cut short when Austin makes his entrance.
My God, he takes the ring, greets the crowd and quickly grabs the mic. He recaps last week's events for McMahon. He accuses McMahon of lying about not knowing who Austin's opponent would be at Unforgiven. Austin says Dude Love and McMahon have been conspiring against him. Look how pissed off Austin looks now.
Well, Austin says, if you think it was a conspiracy, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
That's exactly what I thought.
Well, Austin says Dude Love can beat his ass when he's got an arm tied behind his back, but Austin will always get back up and send it right back to him. He says Unforgiven is just a bit too long to wait. He gets his hands on Vince McMahon and Dude Love tonight. He tosses the mic away and leaves the ring, ready to get to work. But first, he chases the photographer around the ring and scares the shit out of Howard Finkel and the timekeeper.
He storms around the arena a bit, scaring everyone. He almost throws a cameraman off the stage on his way out.
So Austin means business here tonight. You can see it in his steely blue eyes.
Well, Cherry Funk and Too Cold Scorpio, formerly Flash Funk, enter the ring in the parking lot. Enter the ring. Flash Funk. Come on, get it together, James.
Sorry.
Come on.
I don't know what. Go.
Flash Funk and Too Cold Scorpio. Flash, no. Third time lucky. Come on.
Action.
Terry Funk. Terry Funk and Too Cold Scorpio, formerly Flash Funk, enter the ring. In the parking lot, a hearse arrives. Jerry the King Lawler, who has replaced Michael Cole at the announcer table, believes it to be The Undertaker, but JR thinks it's too soon for him to arrive. Back in the ring, the Midnight Express have arrived, joined by Jim Cornette and Dan the Mustache Severin.
So it's Terry Funk and Too Cold Scorpio versus NWA Tag Team Champions in the Midnight Express, Bodacious Bob and Bombastic Bart with Jim Cornette and Dan the Mustache Severin non-title match. Terry Funk tags in, he slaps his shit out of Bob, but Bob fights out and tags in Bart. The announcers discuss whether or not Austin's conspiracy theory is valid, and King suggests McMahon's fire Austin in a fireside chat. Get it?
Bart and Bob stomp Terry around while he is soon... Bart and Bob stomp Terry around Bart and Bob stomp Terry around a while, but he soon tags in Scorpio, who cleans house and signals for his 450 splash. Bart stops him in his tracks with a massive gut-wrench slam.
Well, the ref gets distracted by Terry still being alive, and Bob gives Scorpio a power driver. Terry gets in the ring and gets 1-2, and then they get outside and drop his face onto the ring apron. Scorpio takes a running leap and flies into Bob and Bart, taking them both out.
He throws Bob back into the ring and goes up for a moonsault, but Bob lifts his knees and Scorpio eats it.
Bob puts him on top rope for a suplex, but Scorpio throws him off and goes for a 450 splash. It lands, but Dan Severn gets in the ring and lets Scorpio complete his pin, so the New Midnight Express lose.
Severn attacks Scorpio and puts him in an arm lock. Then Terry throws a chair in the ring and scares everyone away.
Back in the parking lot, the hearse is still backing up. Might go faster if it went forward. After a break, we see another Val Venus promo. He's in the shower for this one.
Oh, nice. Sable walks to the ring wearing a sparkly dress. Michael Cole meets her in the ring for an interview.
King says if God had wanted women to cover their bodies, he'd give them free hands.
What?
Well, Cole reminds Sable of when Luna humiliated her last week by beating up Goldust dressed as Sable. Cole quotes Luna's threat earlier in the show when she says she would strip Sable's grotesque body of everything, including her undergarments. He says the evening gown match isn't about winning or losing, it's about humiliation. What a great thing to put your company behind.
Well, Sable goes on to say, Michael, does this body look like it could humiliate me? I don't think so. The naked truth is, I couldn't care less whether Luna stripped me of every stitch of my clothes on my body. As long as I get my hands on her, I couldn't care less if I'm wearing anything or nothing at all.
Oh. Well, backstage, the hearse finally opens and Paul Bearer and Kane walk out. Just as the back opens up, the show cuts to commercial.
When it returns, Cole stands by with Vince McMahon asking about those conspiracy allegations.
Well, McMahon says, I would suggest that Mr. Austin has been watching too many Oliver Stone movies, and quite frankly, I don't want to dignify that with a response.
Cole asks for a response on Austin's threat. McMahon says he was ready last week and he'll be ready this week.
Will D-Generation X enter the ring? Aerium and Owen Hart follow.
D-Generation X, Triple H, the New Age Outlaws, Road Dogg Jesse James and Badass Billy Gunn with Chyna and X-Pac versus Owen Hart and the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal with Sonny in a 6-man tag team match.
Well, Billy Gunn and Owen Hart start it off. Gunn getting in some cheap shots and Owen getting in some powerful slams. Gunn tags in Triple H and Triple H gets hit a few times and escapes. He tags in Road Dogg and Hawk tags out Owen. Dog gets clotheslined a few times and Hawk grabs his hand to do something and Dog screams in agony, getting a ref to force a break. Animal tags in and gets poked in the eye. Dog tags Gunn, who kicks Animal in the stomach several times, then tags in Triple H and holds Animal steady for a kick in the ribs. Triple H goes to work on Animal.
Animal fights out and power slams Triple H, then slows it down with a wrist lock. He tags in Owen, but Triple H escapes and tags out. The show breaks, and when it returns, Owen is steamrolling Billy Gunn. Gunn catches a lucky break with a rocker dropper, and then tags in Triple H. Owen fights back and almost gets Triple H in a sharpshooter, but can't lock it. He lands an enziguri though, and when he manages the sharpshooter, Road Dogg distracts the ref and Billy Gunn DDTs Owen, getting Triple H the chance to tag out. Dog capitalises on Owen, but he doesn't go for a cover. Irish whip from Owen throws Triple H into a corner. Triple H catches a leg, but Owen hits an enziguri. Looks for the sharpshooter again. Road Dogg in. DDT hits Owen with the DDT. Billy Gunn hits Owen.
Doesn't go for the cover though.
No, why doesn't he go for the cover? Billy Gunn hits Owen Hart with a DDT.
And Road Dogg just go right hands instead of going for the pin. Maybe he just wants to beat Owen Hart up a little bit. Of course, Owen Hart faces Triple H Unforgiven for the European title.
And we get a bit of shake, rattle and knee drop from Road Dogg. Looking for the cover, but doesn't go for it. Goes for a second shake, rattle and knee drop. This time goes for the cover. Shoots the half.
Oh.
Owen managing to kick out.
Owen showing his toughness and Road Dogg getting a little bit frustrated. Triple H calling the shots in the ring there. Road Dogg, Owen Hart. Clothesline by Road Dogg.
Double clothesline attempt from the New Age Outlaws, but Owen catches them both with a kick.
And Owen desperate to get a tag. Doesn't matter which one of the LAD is going to tag in. Oh, Sonny, make sure he's there. Owen Kenny, yes.
Manages to get a tag to Animal, who goes running through the whole of DX. And now we're watching Pointless Celebrities. Things that come in groups of 6. Kids.
Yeah, Animal clear out the ring. Hawk and Owen now going out in there too. They're getting things cleared out. Triple H gets dumped. And now Animal's got Road Dogg. Hawk clotheslined. Animal follows up. Triple H into the stairs.
Oh, they're going to hoist Road Dogg up for the Doomsday device.
Road Dogg's in serious trouble now. Here comes... There's X-Pac looking at Sonny. China's there.
Idiots holding their fucking signs up there.
Oh, and China's got Sonny. My word.
The ref's distracted.
Well, Doomsday device, but now China running away. She's mine. Oh, my God. And now X-Pac's in with a chair. Oh.
Hits Animal. Billy Gunn with a seated pile driver. Goes for the cover.
Referee's going to count. 1, 2, 3.
3. And DX with the win.
And now China letting go of Sonny because
I think
DX
China
won.
and Hulk would actually be a good couple.
Why?
They're just both fucking loonies and they're both dead.
Well, Sonny's thrown back in. She was startled there by China, but DX walked away to victory. I mean, what do you think of that, Dan?
That was a bit of a crazy finishing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not your classic style of wrestling.
No, not your classic style, but a new kind of attitude, would you say, for the WWF here? And D-Generation X being really heavily mentioned, you know. So it's all a good thing. And up next, we are back by the hearse, and Kane and Paul Bearer stand over a coffin that looks recently dug up.
Bearer. Oh, yeah. Bearer says, oh, yes. Kane, Undertaker's going to be so surprised. What a glorious day. Mummy and Daddy.
He gestures at the box in front of them and one inside the hearse. They start wheeling Mama away from the car.
The show breaks, and when it returns, the lights go dark. Bearer arrive. Caskets already on the stage.
Bearer mentions the fire the Undertaker's parents died in. Wait, so why are there caskets here? They must be empty, right? And say those caskets are for a funeral for Undertaker's parents, since he never got to go to the real one.
Well, Bearer says, look at the cheap caskets they were buried in. I picked the cheapest pine boxes that I could find. They've been in the ground for 20 years, worm-infested and rotten. All because of you, Undertaker. You
know, those boxes look pretty good for 20 years of decay, by the way. The lights go out and the Undertaker music starts. He arrives near the ring and starts coming towards Bearer and Kane. And Bearer tells Kane to pour the gas.
Kane empties a gas can onto the caskets and Bearer orders Undertaker to stop, which he does. Bearer holds the light and drops it onto one of the boxes, sending Undertaker into a fury.
Oh, no, fuck it. We'll just call it like this, isn't it? So here's the Undertaker, and look at what Kane's doing. Pouring the petrol all over the caskets of his mum and his dad. And what a heinous act this is. And Paul Bearer saying him to stop, he's got a light. Oh, no, Paul Bearer, you sick bastard. Oh, my God, that casket's on fire. Oh!
And Kane chokeslams Undertaker into the other casket.
So Mama's burning and Dad's been smashed into. Sickening by Kane and Paul Bearer here. I mean, are there dead bodies in there, Dan? Holy shit.
Well, if they was burnt, there can't really be much left of them.
Well, Bearer...
look, there's bones in there.
Oh, shit. Well, Bearer cackles maniacally, telling the Undertaker he's in his mother's casket, and they leave. The camera does a close-up on a bone underneath the Undertaker's body.
As the show goes to a break, we see worms in the casket writhing around.
Well, anyway, moving on. Michael Cole backstage tells us that the remains have been transported to a secure area, and Undertaker's with them, just in case they get any worse. Can't get any worse, can it?
I was actually a bit worried about what had happened to the remains. Well, McMahon walks out to the announcer's table and grabs a headset. Steve Blackman comes to the ring for the next match. King says he doesn't see Austin anywhere, and McMahon's all like, pish, don't hold your breath. Dude Love arrives.
So it's Steve Blackman versus Dude Love.
McMahon talks up Dude Love. McMahon talks up his Dude Love Austin decision, and JR asks him about the conspiracy. It must be a conspiracy against him, since Dude Love showed up just as he was about to kick Austin's ass.
Well, Dude Love and Blackman start it up, and Blackman takes the lead while McMahon says something catastrophic will occur at Unforgiven. McMahon, it's your company. Don't you want to prevent catastrophes?
Well, anyway, McMahon says he'll be at ringside for some of the event, including the WWF Championship match. Dude Love takes the lead for a moment, then Blackman fights back and continues to dominate Dude. JR said he's suspicious of McMahon's comments, that he'll be back announcing at ringside and something catastrophic will happen, which is a money-back guarantee. And McMahon acts like that shit ain't weird.
So Dude Love now leaving the ring, and he is the number one contender. It will be Dude Love versus Steve Austin at Unforgiven. But Blackman's only got one loss on his record, and that's to JAFF, JARRETT, Dan. So he might be a worthy champion. He's got Dude Love on the side headlock now. Dude Love going to send Blackman into the corner. Oh,
no, but Blackman reverses it, rolls up. Dude Love only gets a 2.
2. Blackman now with a combination of punches. Irish whipping Dude.
I think Love's trying to escape, but he gets stopped by Steve Blackman, who throws him back into the ring.
Oh, and Dude capitalised on that, knocking Blackman down. Kick to the face. And this is a different man to the whack of Mankind. This is a fun-loving guy. He just wants to make the world a more loving place.
And there he is doing his hypnotic dancing. Oh, swinging neck breaker there by Dude. Goes for the cover. And Blackman managing to kick out.
And Blackman reverses it into a snap suplex. And then a clothesline down. And Blackman going to work on Dude.
Dropping his head to the shoulder of Dude Love there.
Blackman there getting caught.
Well, Blackman looking for his own abdominal stretch, but it gets reversed by Dude Love.
And Dude Love's got it in, and bell rings.
Blackman is furious, immediately arguing with the referee since he didn't even come close to giving up.
But he has been declared the loser. The ref seems confused, declares Dude Love the winner, and Blackman goes to beat up the timekeeper. Let's see what he does to Mark Yeaton now. McMahon saying, be cool, be professional. And he just threw a non-wrestler there. That's just a timekeeper. But McMahon's going to have to get up and do something about this in a minute.
McMahon expresses some disgust and goes to the ramp to check on the timekeeper. Then Austin...
Oh, hang on. We're not seeing... Oh, my God, here comes Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I didn't expect that.
No, he's flying out here right after Dude Love.
Runs through him, gets McMahon, throws him to the mat, starts kicking him. Oh, Timmy, what's happened to Melee?
Well, Austin promised that he'd get his hands on Dude Love and Vince McMahon, and he is right now.
Throws Dude Love to one side, picks up a steel chair. But gets taken out by Dude.
And now Vince McMahon's got jacket off middle of the ring. He's furious.
Strutting around the ring there.
And Austin beating the hell out of Dude Love. Austin's in the ring now. And Patterson and Briscoe there to protect him.
Booms to Patterson.
No, not Patterson.
Stunner to Briscoe. Stunner to Patterson.
The Stooges.
Dude Love grabs Austin from behind as he was just going to go and pursue McMahon.
Yeah, Vince
who walks off.
Yeah. Man's like, yeah, I'm alright now. Don't need to bother. And JR asks, is Vince McMahon going to screw Austin out of title like Austin screwed Bret Hart? That's what they're basically saying here. Dude sent by Austin. Austin's not finished with McMahon, though.
As he goes in hot pursuit as the show closes.
Brilliant stuff there on Raw, wasn't it? You know?
Indeed, yes.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I think the promos were great. I think even the matches have started to prove a little bit. The DX match, I think, was a good one. The Freak one at the start was a mistake. So, Unforgiven, In Your House, was the next pay-per-view that WWF had.
Yes, In Your House, named from the WWF. It took place April 26, 1998 at the Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina. It was the first WWF pay-per-view to use that new scratch logo for the promotional work, which had first appeared on the ring apron at WrestleMania 14. This event saw the first Inferno match and the WWF's first evening gown match.
Yeah. So, Unforgiven, let's go through the results quickly, and we're going to look at a couple of...
Evening gown match?
No, we're not going to look at the evening gown match. We're going to look at the...
puppies!
No. we're going to watch a bit of the Inferno match. Just the end of it, anyway. So both men fighting it. And you can see, we know about Inferno matches. Explain to anybody that's never seen one before.
The ring is surrounded by fire, and any time they make an impact on the mat, the flames go higher.
So Undertaker's got Kane up for a suplex. What's going to happen?
Woof! The flames go higher.
So, but it's very, very limited to what you can do. There's not really a lot of Irish whips and stuff like this. And you can see that there. And Undertaker clothesline and Kane. You see the heinous actions that he's done. All right, go and kick us off then, Dan, with Unforgiven.
Was the Nation, D'Lo Brown, Mark Henry and The Rock with Karma Mustafa going against Farouk, Ken Shamrock and Steve Blackman, and Farouk, Shamrock and Blackman won. 6-man tag match.
So yeah, I mean that was like we talked about, like we saw, Farouk beating Karma and then teaming up with Shamrock and Blackman. They beat the Nation. It's not a great start for the Nation. And Triple H with DX defended the European title against Owen Hart with with China above the ring in a shark cage. But again, she did bend the cage and get out of it to help Triple H. So they won.
The New Midnight Express, Bodacious Bart and Bombastic Bob with Jim Cornette defeated the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson in a tag team match for the NWA World Tag Team Championship.
Yep, Luna beat Sable in the evening gown match.
Can't we just watch the end bit?
No, we can't match that.
The New Age Outlaws, Billy Gunn and Road Dogg defeated LOD 2000, Animal and Hook with Sonny in a tag team match for the WWF Tag Team Championship.
And this is the Inferno match we're watching now. And after that superplex, The Undertaker has thrown Kane right over the top rope. And I don't know how he can get back in, or Undertaker can get out. You can see the new scratch logo. It looks neated, doesn't it? That WWF has got it on turnbuckles around the ropes. Away.
I'm walking away.
We don't want none. And oh, wait a minute.
Who is that?
Well, I think, if I'm right, it's returning Vader, the man who got his face smashed in by Kane in February. He's back for a bit of retribution, beating Kane up. Oh my word. Both men taking shots at each other. Oh.
And The Undertaker flying over the top rope, taking out both men.
I mean, what a visual that is. Undertaker basically leaping clear of the flames. Taking out his brother. And Paul Bearer can fit it. I think it looks a bit sick, but he's got a steel chair in hand. And The Undertaker right hand to Kane.
Well, Paul Bearer hits Undertaker while he was attacking Kane. Undertaker literally no effect on him. Bearer drops the chair and runs away, and Undertaker picks it up and just starts beating away at Kane.
It serves him right. Kane might be out here. He's doing a Titus O'Neil at the moment. And The Undertaker now chasing Paul Bearer down after everything that he's done to him.
Well, Undertaker doesn't need to run fast at all.
Oh yeah,
Paul Bearer just waddles.
Waddles away. He's going up to that stage where Jeff Jarrett performed earlier. Fantastic, we should say.
No, you should say.
Oh, yeah,
not
I should
we.
say.
Don't bring me into this shit.
Bearer can't get off the stage. And he's got the drum kit. Oh!
Tickle his belly.
Well, cymbals crash. And the drum kit just over Paul Bearer's head.
So we can see a fat man get beaten up by a dead man, but we can't see Sable getting a dress ripped off her.
Oh, God almighty. No, we're watching The Undertaker here. Signalling the end. Paul Bearer in serious trouble. Oh, Paul Bearer busted wide open.
How?
The drum kit over the head.
I thought that man sweats gravy, personally, or bleeds gravy.
No, he is busted. Serious. Crimson Mask. The Undertaker's finished with Bearer and he's going back to Kane. How do you think Kane feels? He's got a massive mask on. Oh, no.
And Kane's finally recovered, hits Undertaker with a chair to the midsection, goes for a second attempt.
Oh, my God. Kane's hand's on the fire. It's on the fire. Kane's on fire, Dan. And where the hell's Kane going? Well, The Undertaker wins. The Undertaker sets his brother Kane on fire. Quite incredible.
So you might say, Kane's on fire, baby.
He's on fire, baby. And up next, it's the WF touch. It is Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Dude Love. We'll go to it with about 5 minutes left. You see a replay will show Mark Eaton looking at Vince McMahon. Will he be screwed here? Well, Vince McMahon at ringside, he said he would be, wouldn't he?
He said indeed.
He would said that indeed. And Austin pointing at McMahon, he's going to pile drive Dude. Oh!
No. Dude Love with a backdrop there, sending Austin to the concrete. He didn't even get the wafer thin mats.
And now they come all the way to the outside. Dude Love looking to suplex Austin, but Austin, oh my God! Suplex on those steel stairs. Break the kneecap.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
We have never ever seen anything like that before or since. And look at Dude just trying to go over the barricade now. Austin following with a piston-like right hand. Rights and lefts even. Rights and lefts, rights and lefts. Oh my God, throws Dude back in. He hits the fucking timekeeper's table. Austin saying to Dude, get up.
Get up.
I don't think he can.
Throws him back in the ring though. He's going to finish him with a stunner.
Oh my God, you see the replay of that on the stairs. Sickening. But Dude Love managed to get a net breaker on Austin. Now Dude's up. And it looks like he might be going for sweet shin music. And he's going to set up the dreaded double arm DDT or love handles. Oh, and he's got it in. Austin, like, blocking it. Goes line. Dude blocking it. Austin switching it around. Dude Love clotheslines referee, not Stone Cold. But no, Stone Cold with the right hands. And he's got the Dude, Irish whip. Dude reverses. Goes for the clothesline. Austin now. Stunner, no. Dude Love
Dude
reverses it. Madmal claw now by Dude Love. He's got Austin. Look at my man. He's loving it at ringside. Austin trying to fight this, but it's going to be over. We've got a new WWF champion. And look at McMahon going around. Going to have a look. But Austin fighting back with the right hands. Oh. Low blow by Dude Love. My man trying to shake the referee. And Dude's got the Madmal claw into Austin. McMahon's checking the referee. But I think, Ollie. Mike Yoda might be out. McMahon now. What's he going to do? Is he going to get involved in it somehow?
Surely not.
Don't call me Shirley. And now Dude looking for the Madmal claw. He's going to finish off Steve Austin. He's not even had a successful title defense yet. Oh! And Austin throws Dude Love over the top and outside to the ring. And Austin now going to go follow Dude Love. Hell of a war. It's really picked up this last couple of minutes. Oh, and McMahon stopping Austin with a chair. Austin and McMahon fighting. Who's got the strength? Oh!
And Dude Love pushes a chair into Austin's head.
And now Dude's got the chair. He's going to use it on Stone Cold. He comes running in. Oh!
But Austin spins round, hits a back elbow. Oh, second time and it goes into Dude Love.
Well, Dude Love down, McMahon trying to help him up. Stone Cold Steve Austin's got the chair. Oh!
Hits both men over the head with it.
Well, I don't know if he was aiming for Dude Love or Mr. McMahon, but McMahon's out. Out like a light. Austin throws Dude back in.
Stunner.
But referee's still down.
1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding.
Austin makes the cover himself and the bell rings. So I guess it counts Austin's first title defense. But the controversy there is Mr. McMahon being unconscious at ringside. Did Steve Austin actually mean to hit him with a steel chair or not? I mean, McMahon looks in pretty serious trouble. Let's remember now, he is not a trained professional wrestler. He is just a mere chairman of the WWF, and he is still down. There's a stretcher out now. Dude Love's down, and Austin wins. But I think for a first title defense, Steve Austin really brought in that. It was kind of brawling all over. Dude Love, I think, was not the perfect opponent, but I think pretty close with Stone Cold there. So that is Unforgiven 1998. What are your thoughts on the event, Dan?
Puppies! It's just one night after In Your House Unforgiven, and Raw is coming to you this week from Hampton, Virginia.
It's April 27th, and it's episode 257.
Jim Ross and Michael Cole are at the announcers table, and JR asks if tonight is the night Vince McMahon finally fires WWF World Heavyweight Champion Stone Cold Steve Austin, who, at Unforgiven, hit Vince with a chair.
Also, JR says D-Generation X launched an attack on WWE earlier tonight as WWE is filming just down the road. That sounds nuts. Earlier today, JR says DX leader Triple H addressed his troops. And now this is one of the famed kind of segments and pride in the Attitude Era history and everything like this. WWF went there, D-Generation went down to invade the WCW. Well, look at that. They're dressed as troops, and this is what Helmsley had to say.
Today we embark on a mission. We have seen the enemy, they are near. So today we will go down there.
Down where, sir?
Down there! And I do the suck it motion. And we will blow them out of the water. This mission will start at the Norfolk Scope with WCW Wrestling, and will end right here tonight at Hamptons Roads Coliseum for Raw is War. This is your mission if you choose to accept it, ladies and gentlemen. It will be one for all and all for one. Now,
suck it!
They get into a military vehicle and Helmsley poses what would later become the famous painting titled Crossing the Hampton Roads.
No, the Hampton Roads is the name of the body of water that separates Hampton and Norfolk. Once DX drives off, the camera zooms in on the sign for absolutely no reason.
JR says they'll have some shocking footage of DX's assault later tonight, but in the meantime, it's time to start things off on Raw.
Yeah, Owen Hart and Ken Shamrock versus the Nation of Domination, The Rock and Mark Henry with D'Lo Brown and Carmen Mustafa.
The Rock grabs a mic and says, "Finally, The Rock has come to Hampton." And that's it. Really? Anyway, Rock and Owen start things off in the ring. Rock wants Shamrock in there, so Owen tags out. He doesn't leave the ring, though. In fact, he attacks.
Yeah, that's right. Owen kicks Shamrock right in the balls and gives him a spinning heel kick to disqualify the Nation. The Nation runs in and beats on Shamrock. Mark Henry flattens him.
Owen puts Shamrock's left ankle in a chair and jumps off the ropes twice, stomping that chair. Steve Blackman runs out and gets manhandled by the Nation while Owen puts Shamrock in the sharpshooter. Apparently, this hurts.
Farouk runs out and he gets dropped.
JR, the sole survivor Hart, a real black heart.
Whoa, JR, hold up there. He hasn't officially joined the Nation yet. A bunch of referees and assorted other W officials run in to try to break things up. Michael Cole says that last night, when he interviewed Owen after his loss to Helmsley, Owen said he wasn't going to take the losing anymore. Owen bites Shamrock's ear.
Owen leaves with the Nation and it's time for a commercial break.
After a break, Dude Love comes out with some lady friends.
Dude says Austin is one tough cookie, a cookie that Dude chewed up and spat out last night. He says he sees why people love Austin though. Dude says last night's match took everything out of him, so when he took the Dudettes back to his room last night, he knew they wanted to get down, but he just told them he needed to be held.
Well, Dude goes on to say that last night Austin took the easy way out, and the way he sees it, they got three choices on what to do next. They find the ex-champ Shawn Michaels so he and Dude can fight to determine a new champion. The WWF had a tournament to find a new champ, or Stone Cold is stripped of the belt, fired, and the belt is given to Dude Love. Yeah, the crowd hates what Dude Love is saying.
The first clip from the DX takeover is just them pulling up to the arena where WCW is taping, asking fans if they think Eric Bischoff and WCW suck. They mostly agree. After a commercial break, DX is leading a march.
Well, they interview a lady and ask if she thinks WCW sucks. She does. They ask who rules professional wrestling, and she says DX.
Up next, we've got a match. It's Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher versus Terry Funk and Too Cold Scorpio.
Well, the winner of the match will get a tag team title shot, JR says. The four-man shake hands and then the Funk brothers attack. Eventually, both Headbangers and Scorpio are outside of the ring. Funk climbs to the top ropes and fucking moonsaults out of the ring. On everyone like he's Taka Michinoku. He's actually 53.
Scorpio then climbs to the top rope and splashes outside onto the Headbangers.
Back in the ring, all four men are fighting and the ref tries to get one of the Headbangers out of the ring, so he shoves the ref, disqualifying the Headbangers. Scorpio keeps fighting low and powerbombs Mosh. He climbs up top and lands a moonsault. Scorpio covers, apparently not realise the match is over. Thrasher gets back in the ring and this fight is not even close to slowing down. Thankfully, it's time for another DX clip.
This one finds Triple H walking right up to an entrance, blocked off by a cop, with Helmsley yelling into a megaphone asking where he can find some of those free tickets he gives away to its events to fill arenas. X-Pac gets on the megaphone, to give a shout out to Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. Helmsley then says, "Let my people go. Let my people go."
Well, after commercial break, Vince McMahon makes his way to the ring and walks into a sea of boos and Austin chants.
"Tonight I come before you with a heavy heart. Over the last 24 hours I've pined. Indeed, I've had to make some very difficult decisions. But firstly, I'd like to clear up any speculation as to whom Stone Cold Steve Austin was attempting to strike with that chair last night. The more uninitiated and naive of you may assume it was Dude Love, when in fact I know Stone Cold Steve Austin was trying to take my head off. As a result of that brutal and blatant attack, I've sustained a mild concussion. I've experienced dizziness and nausea. But nonetheless, none of those side effects of the concussion have in any way clouded my judgment as I stand before you tonight. Should I fire Stone Cold Steve Austin? Well, not yet. You see, firing you would be too good for you, Stone Cold Steve Austin, because I have other plans. And those other plans right here in this ring tonight. Stone Cold Steve Austin will defend the World Wrestling Federation Championship against... Now, right now, I would like to introduce you to the official who will be refereeing that championship match live here tonight on Raw. He's a former World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champion. He is a family friend. He's a trusted official. Indeed, a warm and caring individual. He is Gerald Briscoe.
Well, Briscoe comes out and McMahon says if Austin touches Briscoe, he'll not only lose his title, but he'll be fired. McMahon says people might wonder what kind of representative Goldust would be if he wins tonight, and that honestly anyone would be better than the current champion.
After a commercial break, DX is still riding around outside the WCW arena, yelling about the war. They knock on the door and ask for Bischoff to open the door so they can just talk.
Our next match is Bradshaw versus Jeff Jarrett with Tennessee Lee, and that is JEFFJARRE and Dan, ain't he great?
And starts off with the two competitors trading blows for a bit. Bradshaw clotheslines Jarrett out of the ring and Club Kamikaze rushes to the ring and attacks Bradshaw, disqualifying Jarrett. This is the second time they've attacked Bradshaw and nobody knows why.
Michael Cole says, I mean, we can understand Taka, they're all from Japan, but why Bradshaw?
Well, a shout out to racism from Michael Cole. Just as Cole says that, Taka runs to the ring and drops everyone briefly, but the numbers are just too much for him. There's a fourth guy in the ring today, whereas there's only 3 each of their previous appearances. They beat on Taka and flee.
Well, after a commercial break, Kevin Kelly is backstage with Dude Love, who complains about McMahon. Dude says he was asked to wear tie-dye and beat Austin, both of which he did. He says things aren't going according to plan just as he walks by McMahon. McMahon asks Dude what he just said and then yells at Kelly in the camera to get the camera and microphone out of his face. He owns both of these things, by the way, according to McMahon.
DX's theme starts up and Helmsley, X-Pac walk to the ring holding a scalp of WCW's top wrestlers. Okay, that might be made up. The New Age Outlaws come out to their own now because fuck it, we've got 2 hours to fill.
Yeah, exactly. They come out their own entrance. So let's see them come out here, Dan. Here we go. So the Outlaws. Oh, look at them.
They're riding little mopeds.
It's like the DOA, isn't it? You know, coming out here, tough son of a guns, and of course they've got the helmet on. That's good. Look at why Billy just left it there. We'll be fine. So they're in the ring now, and it is going to be Tag Team Champions New Age Outlaws. Road Dogg, Jess James and Badass Billy Gunn with Triple H, X-Pac and China versus Disciples of Apocalypse, Skull and 8 Ball with Chains, Hulk, Animal and Sunny, not for the titles.
Well, DOA has a little surprise as LOD 2000 comes out to provide some extra backup. Dog starts out against one of the bald guys and gets beat up a bit. He tags in Gunn and DOA double body drop him. Gunn turns things around and pile drivers one of the guys. Gunn turns around and the ref turns to say something to DX. The other DOA guy slides in the ring and replaces his partner. He lays on the ground pretending to feel the effects of that pile driver when Gunn covers him. The DOA guy, JR can't even tell them apart yet, counters by rolling Gunn into a cover and stealing the win.
After commercial break, it's Warzone!
Yay! It's Undertaker and he makes his way to the ring. He's here for an actual match on Raw. That's crazy because it's been a while.
Yeah, so it's The Undertaker versus Barry Windham. We are going to watch this match to see how The Undertaker looks after Unforgiven. I mean, what's next? He's put his brother away. What awaits him? Here comes the dead man. Undertaker.
What?
So The Undertaker's here. And what an awesome entrance from the Lord of Darkness. People said he was weaker than ever and he's proved everybody wrong. Set his brother on fire, baby. And what an entrance from The Undertaker. Let's not forget the history it has on Raw. Performed in the main event of the first ever Raw. And now he's here tonight to take on Barry Windham. The Undertaker looks on, stoic as ever.
Well, Barry Windham certainly looks up for this match.
So here we go, let's see what happens. Like I said, Windham looks ready, Undertaker's ready. Kick to the gut, the right hand. Barry Windham low, 6'6" is JR. 300 pounds versus the Undertaker there.
Irish whip, Undertaker catching by the throat though.
Uh-oh.
Oh, choke slam.
And Barry Windham out. Maybe already. Uh-oh.
Surely not.
Don't call me Shirley, but looks like he's going up for the tombstone.
Place the hard cam. There you go.
Undertaker's got him. Oh! And he drills Barry Windham.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my God. Well, rest in peace, Barry Windham. Short and sweet, but the Undertaker is dominant as ever. When he grabs the mic and calls out his brother, he says last night Kane looked in the eyes of a dragon and got boined.
Well, Undertaker says last night it wasn't the end, it was only the beginning. So what I want you to do right now is come down to the ring and finish it. I'm not moving until you come out here, Kane, and I have all of eternity to wait for you.
Well, after commercial break, the Undertaker's in the ring, and after a few seconds the lights go out and Kane's music starts. He walks out with Paul Bearer, and Kane's right arm is bandaged after his brother lit that arm on fire last night.
Well, Bearer comes out to say, this has got to stop. This has got to stop. This has all got to come to an end. Undertaker? No, this has got to stop. This has all got to come to an end, Undertaker. It wasn't supposed to be like this. It was all my idea. You were the one that was supposed to burn in the flames. But my Kane, once again, had to suffer through the pain and agony of the inferno. It's not that he suffered enough. Death poured through your own child, laying in the hospital bed. You didn't see him. I'm the one that went to see him every day, covered in bandages, crying for his mother. I was there when they took him to the burn ward and soaked him in the saline solution and scraped those sores, those burns, those dead skin cells off his body every day. We've got to have a truce. It's got to stop. Damn it. Last night I tasted my own blood as it ran down my face, and when I looked up I saw Kane once again on fire. I could smell the flesh, I could see his clothing, I could see the pain in his eyes. Don't you understand? It was my son whose hand was on fire.
What? Well, the show goes to commercial, comes back as JR recaps Bearer's shocking remarks. Jerry the King Lawler has replaced Michael Cole, the broadcast team, and he's more concerned with Bearer's remarks because it means Bearer has to sleep with the Undertaker's mother.
Well, backstage, Kevin Kelly is with Goldust and Luna. He asks if Goldust is surprised to get this title shot. He's already a star and he was born a number one contender. Kelly asks what kind of champion Goldust would be, and he starts to answer, but Dude Love runs in and attacks. He's yelling that Goldust has his shot of the title. Luna jumps on Dude's back, and a bunch of WWF officials runs in to break it up.
Right, look at this quickly. Dan Severn coming in because he's a tough son of a bitch.
Mustache.
And he wants European title match. You don't even know he take a suit off, does he? Well, DX walks to the ring, again, this time with Triple H, X-Pac and China. Helmsley looks angry and he says he should be on top of the world tonight, but his buzz has been killed. He's hot so he can fight anyone for the European title who's brave enough to come out. 8-Ball walks out to the top of ramp and points at Helmsley, but Dan Severn runs out, chased by Cornette. Severn's still in the suit, and Cornette is trying to stop Severn from fighting, telling him he signs his checks and that he shouldn't. Oh, and Cornette slapped him then. Well, Severn just belly-to-belly suplexed him. He's locking him into the a submission hold.
He's actually choking him.
Yeah, he is choking him.
Well, Cornette passes out and a bunch of WWF officials run to stop Severn.
My God. Well, backstage, Cole's with Austin. He says he'll defend the title every week if he has to. He says no matter what stipulation man makes, he'll never get rid of Austin.
A Sable-less Mark Mero walks out. He grabs the mic and asks the crowd if they want Sable. They cheer, so he demands Sable get out to the ring right now. She walks out. Mero says she embarrassed him last night appearing in the ring in her undergarments. Sable says she knows the fans like it and that she liked it. She adds that she knows the fans are going to like it even more when she puts Mero in. She says she needs to stand on her own, and if he gives her 2 weeks, she'll kick his ass on Raw.
Backstage, McMahon is with Briscoe telling him to make sure he calls the title match fair and square tonight, right down the middle. McMahon shakes Briscoe's hand early to thank him for his solid refereeing job.
Well, it is WWF Heavyweight Champion Stone Cold Steve Austin versus the artist foremost with Luna, with special referee Gerald Briscoe for the title.
Well, Briscoe goes over the rules with the two competitors, and McMahon literally runs down the ramp to ringside. He sends the timekeeper to the back and takes over his duties for this job.
Austin attacks Goldust, and this one is underway. Goldust is in control early and roll up covers Austin. Briscoe counts rather quickly, but Austin kicks out after two. Austin gets up, turns to Briscoe to complain about the quickness of the count, and Briscoe pretty much tries to taunt Austin into hitting him.
Well, Goldust attacks and covers again. This time Briscoe counted even faster. Austin kicks out. And now Austin arguing with Gerald Briscoe. Look at Briscoe saying, "Go on, I dare you to." And if I was Steve Austin, I would not well, then again, if he hits Briscoe, he gets disqualified, doesn't he? And what would you do in that situation?
Well, he's going to lose the title if he gets disqualified.
I know, McMahon holding that championship belt. And look how quick Briscoe's counts are. Huge right hands by Goldust.
This is Goldust's opportunity here.
Well, he won't get it better served to him, will he, on a silver platter?
Or a gold platter.
Here tonight, it could be a gold fest for Goldust. And look, Goldust choking Austin and Briscoe doing a slow count. This is not fair and square.
This is much like when my man Bobby Roode lost to Randy Orton. It was a fast count then, and it's a fast count tonight.
You're absolutely right, Dan. You know, you're true about that. And McMahon holding the championship belt there. Look at Austin now, just taking down Goldust. Right hand. Austin, this means everything for him. It took 8 years to get to this point in the card where he was WWF champion. It could be all taken away. He's lucky he's not fired after he'd done it Unforgiven. And Goldust now has got Austin frozen to the outside. To the outside, baby.
Throws him into the ring steps. It looks like his buttock cheek hit the top corner of the stairs.
Oh, no, that didn't look nice. Austin struggling to get up. Would have shook him all the way down. And if Briscoe counts, Goldust thrown into barricade.
Referees shouldn't lay their hands on competitors like that. They shouldn't push them and goad them.
Well, if Austin lays his hand on Briscoe, loses the championship.
Oh, Austin clotheslines Goldust down. And Briscoe's waggling that finger towards him.
Oh.
Austin's been low blowed.
Come on, referee. Didn't you see that? And look at those guys, 316.
We should do that. We should have 10.
10. Which one would you be, the 1 or the 0?
I'll be
Why? Doesn't matter. Goldust throws him in. And he's wearing down Stone Cold now. McMahon's all going to go for the bell.
Not quite, Vinny. Not quite.
But Austin will not go down. We know famously he doesn't submit. You know, Bret Hart WrestleMania. And we talk about Austin McMahon screwing wrestlers. This is definitely Bret Hart indications here, isn't there? And what happened, Dan?
Oh, Gerald Briscoe.
You're smirking.
I haven't got a cigarette in my gob, James. I've just got a smile on my face. Because Gerald Briscoe, Austin's arm was dropping. Gerald Briscoe checked it, lifted it up, and Austin stuck his middle finger up, telling Briscoe he's number one.
Oh, maybe a last act of defiance of Stone Cold as WWF champion, maybe. Oh!
But Goldust clotheslines Austin. He's laying across him, but the referee's not counting because he's a moron.
Briscoe, go for he's covering him.
He's covering him, Briscoe.
Oh, Briscoe now, cover 1, 2. Oh.
That was quite a slow count.
It was, but man getting a bit frustrated. And Briscoe not doing the job he was asked to do. Irish whip to Austin, reversed.
Austin catching Goldust, throwing him across the ring, telling him to get up. Austin knocks him down just as quickly as he gets up, though.
Get up, because I want to knock you down.
Throws him against the ropes. Austin with a Lou Fez press. Wailing away at him with his right hand.
Now Austin's got Goldust.
Irish whip reversal.
Oh.
Goldust catches Austin in a sleeper hold.
Oh, behind referee's back, low blow.
Austin, stunner.
And he's got it. Oh, come on, Briscoe. 1, 2. Ugh. Briscoe's got something in his eye, apparently. He can't make the cover. I was to say, what are you doing? Here comes Dude Love.
Oh, and Austin gets taken out by Dude Love.
And not disqualification. I think Briscoe can't see it because of the thing in his eye, don't forget. And now Dude's throwing him down. Oh.
Austin with a high back body drop. Starts kicking at Dude Love.
That's punching away on the Dude.
Bounces his head off the announce table.
McMahon there. Briscoe there can't stop Steve.
McMahon with the bell hits Briscoe in the head.
Yeah, I think he was aiming for Austin, and he's knocked out Briscoe.
He's been busted wide open. They do like a liberal use of blood on this show, don't they?
Yeah. And McMahon's got probably Briscoe's blood in his hand, wipes on the referee, and Austin telling McMahon, you're a dick. And that shot is 100 times the Stone Cold. Look at McMahon's furious, and Austin comes in, tells McMahon he's number one, and Stone Cold's going to leave with his title. JR's going mental.
Wow.
Well, so Dan, what have you thought of the past 2 episodes of Raw?
They've been very entertaining, to say the least. I've quite enjoyed watching the last couple of episodes of Raw, yeah.
Yeah, they've been really good. The DX segments that we've had, the Stone Cold McMahon interactions have been great. And even the matches are slowly getting better. Okay, so now we finish with Nitro, and it's the night after Spring Stampede. It's Nitro 136, April 20th. So we're in Colorado Springs, Colorado here tonight. So exclusive footage, Hogan came back out and hit Nash with a baseball bat with the Disciple. And Scott Norton came out and grabbed the title belt. Wow, very interesting. Start things off. Problems with the NWO. Scott Norton arguing, saying, well, it's in the NWO, keep it there. Hogan saying, no, it's about him having it. Wow, great exclusive footage. We get opening titles and we get
fireworks! Woo!
Well, Tony welcomes us to the greatest thing in wrestling.
Dates us on what happened at Spring Stampede. Raven, the new US champion, and Macho, the new world champion. NWO has a title belt, and Hogan wants the belt back.
And we get the dreaded NWO music.
New world order. For life. Well, it's Hogan, Bish, and the Disciple.
Well, Bish has love and admiration for everyone, but he can't stand what happened at Spring Stampede.
He says the NWO's for life, the title belt is his, he's scum, and Big Sexy's girlfriend makes him sick.
Hogan also says he wants a shot at the belt.
He manages to talk for 5 minutes without even breathing.
Crazy, isn't it? Yada yada, Macho, Nash are scum.
We get to see Goldberg getting ready backstage. He fights Raven tonight for the US title.
That's it for Hogan. And the commentators talk about the clip from earlier and more NWO news.
Macho's out here to a big cheer carrying a title belt.
And he rips a Hogan rules the NWO sign on the way out.
Yes, it's the worst kept secret in the world. He hates Hogan.
Yeah, and he also said, the Bomb Brother, he's a champ.
Hogan, you're not the man.
Your world's crashing down.
And it hurts inside.
He says, I'll shot the world. It's live. Turner, Hogan or Bischoff can't stop Macho Man.
And he'll introduce the new leader of the NWO, Kevin Nash.
Yeah, and Macho says, step one is the end of your career, Hogan. You can't call the NWO yours.
Macho ends it tonight, and if Disciple or Bish get involved, I'll jackknife them both. We're the guys to put a stake through the heart.
Yeah, Tony tells us there's a change in power. There's 20 minutes of no wrestling, and that's not including the ad breaks at the moment.
Well, Raven backstage, and he says 74 and 0, I won't be 75. I won't be stopped. Quote the Raven.
We get Nitro Girls.
Yay! And then the Mean Gene plugs the WCW hotline.
And then the dreaded NWO music.
And it is Conan out with Vincent going up against Chris Adams.
Yes, the useless Conan is out wrestled by the gentleman.
The commentators talk NWO, match and Hogan, Goldberg, and repeat of Spring Stampede. Nothing about the match apart from Larry saying Conan can wrestle. He can't, but did put Adams away with a tequila sunrise.
I agree with you, Dan. Conan cannot wrestle. We get more Nitro Girls.
Yay! And then we get clips from Clemson University watching Nitro and having a party.
Yeah, next match is Jimmy Hart with Barbarian versus Bloom, who didn't get an entrance.
Well, Bloom decks Hart with which helps Barbarian.
Yeah, but he beats him easily with the big boot anyway. It's absolute pointless. Barbarian wins.
And Tony says everyone will be watching tonight.
Ravens again, and he's saying, who's next? I'm next. It's mind over matter. The streak is over.
And it's Jericho next.
So Jericho coming out here, and look at him smirking, Dan.
No, James, he hasn't got a cigarette in his gob. He's just got a grin on his face.
And
ain't he gorgeous?
Yes, he is. And he's got a Cruiserweight Championship round his waist where he's sexually offended against Prince Iakea. That's why he's got Iakea's sarong round his neck. And he's also carrying...
around his waist, James. His neck's up a bit high.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Around his waist. And he's also carrying a picture. It looks like maybe a frame of some sorts. And I think a stand. And he's in the ring right now. Jericho's got the mic. I'm digging a mahi-mahi.
He's erected.
He's erected a shrine for him, Dan. Oh, he's got an update on Dean Malenko's career. Oh, Dean's definitely retired. Big Belly Burger's got an interview. What a lovely, touching tribute there by Chris Jericho.
Yes.
Absolutely wonderful. Dedicating this match to Dean Malenko. And what a stand-up guy he is.
Well, he's going against Juventud Guerrera.
Oh, my God, we started this. And Hoovy's came right up to Jericho. Oh, Irish whip to Jericho.
Oh, Jericho throws him over the top rope though, but UV lands on the apron, grabs his hair and wrenches him back. Charles Robinson's in charge. Charles in charge.
He is. Jericho wearing the same trunks as yesterday. I was wrong about him making the change. He wears the same one at Spring Stampede. Hoovy's caught him already, but he's a fighting champ. 2 days in a row. Defending his championship.
Is it a title on the line?
Yeah. I'm going to say so. Well, if he loses. No, it's definitely title on the line, yep. Oh, and Hoovy there with a chop to Jericho.
Irish whip attempt. Hoovy ducks it. Jericho catches him, sends him face first over the top rope.
And now look at Jericho goose-stepping. He's so cocky, isn't he?
He's cool. He's cocky. He's bad.
That's the thing, he's good. He's too good, but Hoovy fighting back now. We know Spirit, he's a Mexican warrior. Trying to fight out. Uh-oh.
But James, he's disrespected his Mexican heritage when he had that mask removed.
True, and that's what Conan was saying as well. Not that I listened to him, but, you know, and you're part of that. And Jericho mocked him coming out wearing a mask. Oh!
Well, Jericho looking for a springboard to take Juventud off the apron, but Hoovy ducks it and Jericho lands on them wafer thin mats below.
And now here comes Hoovy. Oh!
Jumps over the top rope, takes out Y2J.
And Jericho screaming in pain. I don't blame him. And Hoovy's going to seize the momentum. Springboard's back in. Oh, spinning heel kick. Then he got the cover, but Jericho kick out. Oh. Here comes Hoovy again. Oh!
Plants Y2J for DDT. Goes for the cover out too. That is a very fast count by Robinson.
Jericho's got Hoovy from behind now. German suplex.
Hoovy swings and misses. Jericho hits him with a German, as you say, but Hoovy lands on his feet.
Tries the Hurricane Runner. Jericho catches him.
And leans back for the Lion Tamer.
Surely he's got to tap out of this.
Don't call me Shirley, but I don't know how much longer he can last.
He's not tapping out, though. He's not. How can he not? The crowd booing, are they? He might be getting... Is he passed out? No, he's still fighting.
Jericho drops down onto one knee, putting more pressure onto Juice.
I've never seen a man escape from the Lion Tamer. He's out.
He's out.
Jericho wins, but I mean, impressive by Hoovy there not to tap out. And Jericho can't believe he won.
Absolutely brilliant. Saying, oh my God, I've killed Hoovy.
He didn't mean to.
He actually does it like he's concerned as well. It's brilliant.
That's Chris Jericho for you. Lovely. Oh my God. Do you know, Bills, it's only his 7th month in WCW.
Wow, and he's going for the US title already.
Yeah. Goldberg's getting ready, and of course he's in action next for the United States title. Isn't it weird? As we start our second hour, we are going to have Goldberg for the US title versus Raven.
Michael Buffer announced.
Well, it's kind of main event, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah, they have a main event after an hour.
So this is the start of the second hour with Michael Buffer. And of course, like Dan said, it takes away from the match. Here comes Raven. No music, but of course that title belt now belongs to him officially after beating DDP at Spring Stampede last night. Question is, how long will he hold it on for? Will he hold it for? Goldberg is 74-0. And look at the little mascot. There he is. So now it's time. There's Raven, Dan. Who's next?
And the fans go absolutely banana.
Raven doesn't seem that intimidating, and Goldberg coming out here. Is there a more intense individual than William Goldberg? And he's standing across from Raven. Shit is just about to go down. It is on. Like Donkey Kong, United States Championship on the line. Goldberg's first opportunity.
First opportunity.
God, I get excited.
No.
I can't help it, Captain. Leave and leap. Raven lays down the US title match, daring Goldberg to cross the line.
Goldberg's not one to back away from anyone, anything. Oh! But he gets backed into a corner by Raven.
Yeah.
He didn't back down, though.
He didn't back down, but Raven
Irish
got him.
Whip reversal, though. Goldberg throws Raven into a corner, but Raven comes out with a drop kick.
Yeah, Raven's got Goldberg now a bit tried. Calls Raven rules match because anything Raven says goes.
Oh, but Goldberg throws Raven into barricade.
Poor Barricade's had a lot of action these past couple of podcasts.
And right in front of the other members of the flock, Goldberg beating on their leader.
And Raven again. Oh, my God. And Goldberg, like, stalking down Raven like the Terminator. Throws Raven in now. Well, Goldberg beat Perry Saturn last night, and he wants to beat the leader tonight.
Rolls through and gets that leg hold.
And Raven could tap out, but imagine to get to that bottom rope. Now Goldberg just staring at the referee. He's got Raven. Irish whip.
Just Raven with a spinning heel kick.
And everything he does here, the crowd just responds massively. And he does look young, doesn't he? But Raven's got a steel chair.
It's as if Goldberg's dumb, though. You don't see the chair lying right in front of Raven, and he comes out to see him anyway. Drop toe hold. Goldberg face first into the chair that Raven set up in the middle of the ring. Goes for the cover.
Oh.
But Goldberg managing to kick out.
You can see the red mark on Goldberg's face as well for the impact. That chair is basically dented even though he gets slammed on his back again.
Raven with a very innovative style of wrestling to go against Goldberg.
Yeah, exactly. He might be off everything. He might be different to everything he's ever faced before. So Raven, can he wear Goldberg down? He has at the moment. The fans want Goldberg, and we see Goldberg tops popping up now as well. But in middle of the ring, is Goldberg out?
I don't know. The referee's certainly tapping his fucking hand though. But Goldberg managing to fight his way out, much to the delight of the crowd.
But Raven clotheslines Goldberg in the corner and catches him in another clothesline. Irish whips him in the corner, catches him in a clothesline. Now the right hands.
Going for the right hands, but Goldberg's shaking them off every time he gets hit with one. Spears Raven.
You see the crowd as well, the way they jumped up. They're sick boy and Kidman again gets caught by Goldberg.
Thrown out of the ring. Sick boy eliminated from the Rumble.
And now this is new one.
Horace Hogan hits Goldberg with a stop sign. But that Goldberg didn't stop at that stop sign. He went. But and now the big guy.
It's Reese going to take out Goldberg like he did last night.
Looking for the Punjabi plunge, but Goldberg reversing that.
Well, a headbutt and he can't down. What's he trying to do?
He's going to James and hammer him down.
Oh my God, and the crowd going fucking mental as this is happening and Raven's left. Where's Raven gone? That's what Goldberg's checking. Who's next? Who's left? Raven get the flock out of here. And oh my God, what's going on here?
What the fuck?
The crowd grabbing Raven, throwing him back in. They will not let him leave.
That is absolutely brilliant.
Right into Goldberg. Raven's in trouble.
Bang!
Oh.
Gets hit with a second spear.
And after the spear, what's next? Everybody on their feet here.
Well, he's going to jack him up, hammer him down onto that stop sign. 1, 2, 3. And your new US heavyweight champion, Goldberg.
My God, I mean, WWF have a lot, you know, DX and The Rock, Stone Cold, but Nitro has a new United States champion, and they have Bill Goldberg. Absolutely incredible there. Talk about running through the flock, and he says that championship's mine. Dan, what do you think of that?
I thought it was absolutely brilliant. It's just Goldberg at his best, and again, you can see why I love him. Goldberg is upside down, love.
Oh, no.
Goldberg,
Goldberg.
You're spoiling it. It's up. Please just turn it up the other way. Yeah, and you can see why I became such a big fan of Goldberg. I see you're getting more and more into Goldberg, and you're going to join the Goldberg train.
Yeah, but it's like Jericho as well. It's just great to have it. Great to have it when you've got all this other kind of stuff going on at this moment in time, you know. But absolutely brilliant. Goldberg is United States champion. His streak continues 75 and continues. And up next,
Nitro Girls.
Yeah, Nitro Girls. Yeah.
And up next,
it's La Parka versus Ultimate Nitro Girls.
La Parka versus
Nitro Girls.
Nitro Girls.
No, seriously though. Next match.
It is La Parka versus Nitro Girls.
No, seriously. La Parka versus Mark Tardis. No. La Parka versus Ultimo Dragon.
Yeah, it's not a bad match between them, but that the commentators would know. But not that the commentators would know because they're just talking about the NWO.
Yeah, La Parka takes Dragon outside and sends him into the ring post.
Dragon comeback. La Parka coming off the top rope, but gets caught by Ultimo. He throws him into the ropes. Irish whip reversal by La Parka, though. Throws Dragon over the top, but Dragon lands on his feet. Spinning heel kick takes his legs out from underneath him.
Oh, here we go. That's why I'm watching it. And Eddie's dragging Chavo out. And he's saying, Chavo, you do it now. We all know what happened at Spring Stampede. Of course, Dragon beating Chavo.
A mule kick to the back of La Parka's head, though. Kicks away. Spinning heel kick drops La Parka.
He is. And Eddie basically saying, Chavo, you go out there. You get in the ring. You do it. You do it good. And Dragon now on the top. Eddie's distracted the referee. And Chavo hits Dragon from behind.
Sends him off the top rope. La Parka, with a spinning corkscrew, takes out Dragon 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God, so Chavo now maybe embracing his dark side there, costing Dragon a victory. He's not happy about it though, is he?
No, but Eddie is. He's proud of his nephew.
Yeah. Well, Bobby joins the commentary and he calls Goldberg the man, and tonight is a night of champions.
Well, Benoit is out here going up against the dreaded NWO music.
It's Henning and Rude.
Joins the commentary and refuses to answer if they're Team Hogan or Team Nash. He leaves to go ringside. Kurt's got an injured knee, which is focused on by Benoit.
This, of course, leads to a Rude sneak attack.
But Benoit fights back.
He gets the crossface on Henning, but Rude interferes. Book her out to Yelp. Well, book her out here, you'll help. Interferes, book her out here to help.
Mutual respect between the two.
Yeah, but Benoit is not pleased.
And Rude can.
Well, Benoit confronts Booker. He says, you stay out of my business. And they start fighting.
And we get some pics from Spring Stampede shining throughout the night. And we get pics from Spring Stampede showing throughout the night.
Well, Mean Gene is in the ring and he introduces Rowdy Roddy Piper.
And he lost the battle, but he won the war.
Yeah, Piper says he lost the battle last night, but he won the war. And like I said, we're live here in fucking Colorado. And everybody goes, yeah. He's the commissioner tonight and says the main event is no DQ and no friends allowed. There is no escape. He said he's going to fight until there's a winner.
Yes, and after that, Hogan is his.
Mm-hmm. And Van Hammer on his way to the ring.
And Saturn runs out to meet Hammer on the way to the ring.
Yeah, and he throws him into the ring and the stairs.
The bell finally rings.
Yeah, and it's a very competitive match, but it's more brawl than it is match.
Yep, drop toe hold onto the stairs.
Both men brawl up the entranceway.
Double count out.
But not bad.
Both still fight onto the stage before the ad break. And it's the third hour and Public Enemy are out here.
It's the dreaded NWO music. And are there problems with Buff and Scott?
Well, let's see. They're both posing.
Yeah, the trophy is for Scott for bodybuilding. That's what Mike Tenay tells us.
Yes, Grunge drops Buff and Public Enemy double team Buff Bagwell.
But Scott in and throws both men around, suplexes and poses.
Well, Scott and Buff dominate the match. They go to take Johnny out on the table using a chair, but Rocco shoves Scott into the ring post.
Rocco gets hot tagged but gets cut off. Johnny recovers and they try to put Buff through the table, but he moves and they break it themselves.
Scott gets a Steiner recliner, but Buff wants Blockbuster. Scott says sure. They win the match and pose.
And up next, Nitro Girls.
Yes, and it's Psychosis out for the TV title match against Booker T.
Well, he beat Benoit, but he might still be focused on him.
Well, it didn't show in the match. Booker T in control, slamming Psychosis around and onto those wafer-thin mats.
Well, Psychosis tries to get in the match by working on the knee.
A couple of submissions, but Booker T fights back.
Side slam a knee, but knee fails him.
Yes, Psychosis wraps a leg around a ring post.
Well, he continues the attack, but Booker turns it up with a spine buster, flapjack, Harlem sidekick, and missile dropkick for the win.
Tony must have said Hogan v Macho at least 1,000 times tonight.
And another thing we've heard 1,000 times is the dreaded NWO music.
Yes, and it's Brian Adams and Vincent.
Oh, yes, and they're versus Flex Lex Luger.
Well, Tony says Nitro has set the standard, just the amount of stars in NWO.
Yeah, he says there's no better time to be a wrestling fan.
Well, Heenan agrees and says it will only get better.
Bless him. Both men exchange power moves.
Tony admits that Sting is a middleman in the NWO feud. Luger in control, then Adams. Impressive gorilla press on Luger.
Luger hits a net breaker, though.
Then starts flexing. Vincent in the ring to get Torture Rack. Then Conan runs in to Torture Rack.
Luger hits forearm full of win.
Back at it, Lex had more wins versus the NWO than anyone else.
He really did. You know, we talked about that on pay-per-view as well. Spring Stampede doing it and everything else. But up next, it's the match we've all wanted to see. It's the Macho Man versus Hollywood Hogan. It is going to be for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. On the mic, says to Macho, "You're a piece of scum, and I'm going to beat you up." And he's talking to the disciple now and waiting for the Macho Man, Randy Savage. And here comes the Macho Man, 24 hours after beating Sting. Now, he wasn't 100% at Spring Stampede. I mean, what's he going to be like today? Surely he can't be 100%.
Well, don't call me Shirley, but he certainly looks like he's up for this match. Oh, man.
He really is, but he's going against the main man in Hulk Hogan. So it's going to be difficult here tonight to see if Hollywood walks away with the gold. He seems confident. Look at him smirking.
No, James, he hasn't got a cigarette on his gob. He's just got a grin on his face because he knows Macho is an injured man.
Macho coming out here pointing at Hogan. I mean, how many wars have these two had? So Macho wants a bit of Hogan. Hogan's going to take his sweet-ass time. Might have to have eyes in the back of his head with Kevin Nash. First Nitro going to go up against the go-home show for Unforgiven. So the chokeslam through the casket by Kane.
Well, Macho doesn't need to get distracted by the disciple, but he needs to keep a watch out for him. And we noticed that Miss Elizabeth isn't by his side.
No, Miss Elizabeth, of course, got a Stinger Splash last night, so she might not be able to get in the ring. Steve Blackman versus Dude Love. We went up against this.
Well, I know which match I'd rather not be watching.
Yeah, but Austin did say that he was going to get his hands on Dude Love and Vince McMahon by the end of the night, and it hadn't happened yet. But Macho and Hogan have started here.
Hogan starts off on top, near Macho Man in the corner.
Now Hogan's striking Macho.
So it is NWO versus NWO.
Now who could be the real leader? I mean, Macho says Nash is a true leader in the NWO, and Hogan said that whoever held the world title was champion, and now Macho does. Hollywood wants it back for himself.
So neither of them is Hogan then?
No. Hogan doing a Brock Lesnar.
He is, he's dancing about. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, Hogan's got Macho up. Elbow right to the cranium, Dan. This is the old choke hold.
From the old Hogan.
The old chokey hold.
The old choking McColdy.
And
That's
now
more chokey than choking McChokington on the choking competition in the Choking World Championship.
Oh, speaking of choking, Disciples trying to choke. Hogan could choke.
Well, you got to be choking me.
No, you can't. How much choke can a choking man take?
Choking man could take choking man.
I know, but the match has been choked. Now he's up again, and Hogan's got him.
Back body drop there by Hollywood. Hogan throws Macho to distracts referee while the Disciple takes over and working over Savage. Disciple throws him back first into barricade. Backs up when the referee looks round and Hogan takes over, but Disciple's distracting the ref while Hogan goes to work on Savage with a steel chair. Hits him straight on the cranium.
You remember Savage coming off a severe concussion.
Hogan looking to send Macho head first into the turnbuckle. Savage blocks it and sends Hogan's bald dome into it. And now Savage going with the rights. Double axe handle smash takes Hogan down. Hollywood's backing up now, begging for Macho not to hit him. Looks to kick him, but Hogan targets the leg and Macho goes down. Oh, and as Hogan distracts the referee, the Disciple wrenching on Savage's leg, which was bent over the second rope, and he's got to be in a lot of pain.
He's got to be in so much pain. He's at the mercy of Hollywood Hogan right now. Oh, Hogan has been in complete control with Macho, fighting back now.
Savage with a big right hands to Hogan's head. Hogan with a kick.
And another kick. Oh, is that Macho with a slight low blow there? Looked to be low to me.
So a majority of this match has been punches, kicks, and choke. None of your suplexes, no style wrestling.
Well, we're not seeing a whole lot of that in our main events either, have we? Even like Stone Cold, people like over and Raw, and of course with the NWO style, it's just kind of same old thing. It's like Hogan again with a belt, Then he'll go back to choking, Disciple will interfere, and it's kind of same old, isn't it, really?
Oh, Hogan with the atomic leg drop, but Savage moves out of the way. Hogan hits nothing but mat.
Well, no matter how long this goes, there's got to be a winner for this.
And Macho returning a favour, whipping Hogan back.
Well, now Macho's injured, but he's trying to get one last gasp effort. He's going all the way top for the elbow.
Oh, bang. Hits Hogan, but can't capitalise because of his leg.
Well, that old injury comes back to haunt him. Oh, when you're out of luck, you're out of luck. Macho can't even get to his feet right now.
But Hogan can. And now Hogan goes to work on the leg. Hogan's got a figure 4 leg lock in. Is that an homage to Ric Flair?
Woo!
No. It's just a figure 4 leg lock.
Bischoff has banned Flair. Macho might be in trouble. That knee, seriously.
Someone's coming down the ramp.
Well, Hogan is like a shark that smells blood, right focusing on that knee.
Savage makes it to the bottom rope though. Hogan refuses to relinquish the hold. Hogan's still working over the right leg of Savage. Savage choking Hogan out in the corner. Referee trying to break it up as Savage, he's got the madness setting in now. Throws the referee away, grabs hold of Hogan's neck fat.
But it's a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. Disciples up.
Oh, a neck breaker on Nick Patrick.
Oh, Nick is out. And our Disciples in. Beat down with Hogan. What did we say? We said this.
Yep. Someone's coming down though.
Well, where's Kevin Nash after getting screwed by Hollywood last night?
Where's Elizabeth after getting screwed by Hogan? And Hogan wrapping Savage's leg round a ring post. And a Disciple having a turn.
And they're working on the leg here. This is disgusting, disgraceful, inhuman. Where the hell is Kevin Nash? Where's Bret Hart? He said he'd stop this type of stuff from happening as well. The Disciples got the world title.
And the fans chanting, "We want Nash."
Oh, no.
Oh, and the Disciple hit version of the Stunner with a title belt over his shoulder. And Nash is coming out wearing an NWO vest.
And he is furious what he's seen. I mean, he's furious what he's seen. He's taking this time to get here.
Asking the Disciple and that what's going on. Someone calls into the ring, grabs his leg.
I think that's Bischoff. Scrawny little look at Bischoff grabbing Nash's leg. Now Disciple's got him.
Hogan's going to hit him with a title. Nash ducks.
Yeah.
Hogan hits a Disciple.
Nash going for the jackknife and Bischoff with the kicks. More annoyance than anything else. And Bischoff gets decked. And he is definitely going to jackknife now. Hollywood. Jackknife and now Nash puts Macho on Hollywood. And Bret's out here. And Nash got the referee up. And what's Bret do? Got the title belt.
Hits Nash with a title.
Why did Bret do that? He's had his problems with Hogan. Called Nash and Hogan scum.
Drags Hogan onto Savage.
Hell, referees get woken up. 1, 2, 3.
And Hogan is the new champion. Thanks to Bret.
24 hours after Macho won, he's lost and Tony's stunned. We're all stunned. Piper's coming out here now. What the hell is Bret Hart up to? Well, Bret, have you got an answer for Piper? This is disgraceful. Hollywood Hogan is the champion again. Disciples getting him out there. Piper wants answers. And Bret cheap shots. Rowdy Roddy Piper and smirks.
No, James, he didn't put a cigarette in his gob. He just had a smile on his face because he knows exactly what he's done.
Oh, my word. So what would the fallout be of this? Well, Nitro episode 137, April 27th.
Alex Wright, yeah?
Yeah, and it was held at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. It was broadcast on 2 days, April 27th and 28th, as 1 hour episode on Monday and a 2 hour episode on Tuesday. Just because they maybe changed it up, I don't know. They wanted to sell out Norfolk twice. They were losing the ratings, so maybe changing something up a little bit as well.
Well, a video of Nacho... A video of Macho from Thunder saying Bret is a #1 on his hit list.
Yeah, so we get opening titles, and Tony tells us it's a 1 hour show.
But that's because of the NBA playoffs.
All right, and then we get...
Yay, but more better than that, we get Alex Wright, yeah?
Yeah, Alex, can I join, please?
In his huge package.
Yeah, dance here with the Nitro girls.
But he joins them, but gets escorted by the police.
Boo. And then we get the dreaded NWO music.
But huge boos turn to cheers because it is Nash and Macho.
Well, the commentators can't believe what Bret has done and why. They're hoping Mean Gene gets some answers in a little bit.
His best Hall impersonation. Hey, yo, to take the survey.
Well, I think WCW won that one.
Yeah, I'd say that as well. Yes, Nash says last week Sting runs his mouth saying he wants a match with him, and Hall, he ran into him the other night. We got the belts. Sting, Giant, come get him.
Yeah, so now all of a sudden it's turned into that. Interesting enough. But what's going on in the NWO? Well, he says the Wolfpack is expanding and Macho is the newest member.
Yes, and Big Sexy will take out Bret as well.
Well, Macho says you don't understand, Hitman.
I'm the lead dog and you're in trouble.
And Hollywood's not here, and this is where it's at.
Yes, first of many defectors, it's Conan.
Oh, God!
Well, he was all over Nash the other week.
He was, wasn't he? And the commentators make lists of NWO's rosters like it's a draft, but worse. So it's Conan, Nash and his so-called Wolfpack, and then it's the other NWO. We don't know what's going on with that yet.
Well, K-Dog, Rowdy getting bowdy.
Mug.
Well, Hogan don't want none.
I'm really, really bored.
But we get a clip from a week ago, and we see Bret costing Macho the Macho last week.
Yeah, and we get a video of Juve, the man without the mask. He said he's a warrior.
Yes, and he will never quit going after Jericho.
Yeah, speaking of which, Jericho's out here. He's got Juve's mask, and he's mocking him and saying, you'll never be a contender. Of course, he's got the picture of Dean Malenko. He does it out of respect and in tribute to Dean Malenko. And he's got a WWE Monday Night Jericho top on as well. And what a great show of respect there by Jericho. Going to dedicate this match to Dean Malenko, who's now got a new job, apparently chef at the burger joint in Florida. And that's great. And he's going actually against Chavo Guerrero, who's really been on Eddie's kind of wrong side that we've seen this month especially. Eddie's been having to go at him. He's pushing him out here for his match. But he turned to the dark side last week, pushing off Ultimo Dragon. Oh, here we go. Jericho going after Chavo. And Chavo starting quick. Huge back body drop and a drop kick down.
Oh, Chavo is straight off the mark here tonight. And he looks fired up.
He is going for the cover. Can he get Jericho down? No, kick out.
Ah.
Now Chavo jumping on top of Jericho. Well, Jericho got the brains there. Chavo lands on his feet low.
Oh, but Jericho catching him, hanging him up over the top rope.
Jericho not even take the t-shirt off. Doesn't need to take the t-shirt off. They've both got custom t-shirts. Eddie Guerrero's my favourite wrestler. And Jericho. As Chavo gets stomped on. Right in front of Eddie.
And Eddie's trying to psych up Chavo. Pulling his hair and shouting in his ear.
Jericho and Eddie double teaming him.
Wow, and Eddie, but putting on the brakes. And just as he said, look, I'm too clever for that, I'm not going to hit you, Chavo comes up from behind, drop kicks Jericho into Eddie, knocking him off the apron, going for a near cover, but Jericho managing to kick out. And then Chavo planting Jericho, going for another cover, but Jericho managing to kick out again.
Now Chavo's got Jericho. Jericho managing to reverse Chavo over the top into a Hurricane Runner attempt.
No, but Jericho catches the legs, gets the lion tamer locked in.
Oh,
and Chavo taps out almost instantly.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero in to confront Jericho.
And he lets go Chavo just. And Eddie's saying, wait a minute, that's my nephew. They want Eddie and Jericho to get it on. It was him, Jericho says. He's a loser. Oh, and Eddie's slapping him around.
And Jericho's antagonising him.
That's brilliant. It's just a good story, isn't it? And it's great when Jericho
It's a brilliant
involved.
story.
Happens to be Jericho involved, he just makes it that much better.
Indeed, the way he antagonised Chavo was brilliant.
Up next, Buff Bagwell injury. Let's take a look. It's from Thunder. Oh, here you go. So, do you see it?
No.
Wait a minute. They're going to show a replay as well.
Is it disgusting?
No, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not. I would say if Sid Vicious is like the worst. Here we go. Rick Steiner, second rope. Top rope, Bulldog even on Buff. That was all it was.
Is that it?
Yeah. At this moment in time, but we see another replay. So he's had neck surgery. So there you go, look.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah.
It's what happens, but it's not great, and it is quite a serious injury.
So the man who a couple of weeks ago at Spring Stampede actually got injured. So that's why you don't tempt fate.
That's Godfather for you. Sorry, Karma.
Mustafa.
Well, after that, a clip of Macho Man from Thunder saying he got screwed.
Yes, and then we get the dreaded NWO music, and this time it is Bischoff and Hogan.
They are carrying, of course, the world title, and it is Smug City.
Yes, Hogan says everyone who worship him, he has done it all.
Well, Nash and Macho are a joke.
And the Brutus is carrying the title belt.
The only time he would be world champion. Hogan says not one wrestler or title match, and not one wrestler not one wrestler is beating him that he can't beat, and not one wrestler in a title match that can defeat him.
Yes, and he's made the world of wrestling.
Hogan is where the power is.
If best you got is Conan, Hogan can pick up any Mexican.
Yeah, but casual racism again, fine. Bret knows where the power lies.
So WCW have Hogan as champ and Austin in the WWF. Just feels so old on Nitro.
Yeah, it really does, you know. And videos of Bret decking Piper.
And then we get the NWO music.
And there's Scott Norton out here. Dreaded NWO music for Scott Norton. But thankfully, we get another type of music that we love to hear now on WWE versus WCW. It's the United States champion, Bill Goldberg. Fireworks there. He's ready for action. He is 76-0 at this moment in time, going against the NWO member. So he's moved up, Dan. He's moved from the flock, and now he's gone on to the NWO. Do you think it's too soon?
No, you know, he's working his way to the lower card of the NWO, so to speak. You know, Scott Norton. I suppose next week it'll be Vincent. And so on and so forth.
I would like to see that, line them all up, and then whoever the shit ones are that get destroyed, just leave the group. Norton getting in Goldberg's face. He is not intimidated by Big Bill.
He should be.
Let's see, collar and elbow top to start.
Couple of big chops from Norton. Irish whipping Goldberg against the rope. Kick to the midsection.
Oh.
Shoulder tackle. Takes Goldberg down, but Goldberg immediately kicks out. Back in Scott Norton's face. Both men yelling at each other. Goldberg hits the right and a big knee. Swinging neck breaker. Takes down Norton.
And the crowd solidly behind Goldberg. Goes for the cover, but Norton powers up. Now Norton's shot to the midsection.
Throws Goldberg out the ring. Norton follows him, but Goldberg clocks him with a big right.
Not the best
Norton
idea.
with a right of his own, though.
Oh, and is that a poke to the throat there?
Throws him shoulder first into the ring post.
Norton comes in. Heenan thinks it's going to be the toughest match, but Goldberg already up. Responds with a kick to Norton. It goes down again for that leg bar. But Norton reaches that bottom rope and he has to break. Now Goldberg going to the midsection of Norton, but Norton's got the power as well. Blocks the Irish whip. Don't see that happen often. Now chops and elbows.
Goldberg follows it up with a shoulder barge, but Norton catches him.
Oh my word.
Oh, a massive shoulder breaker for Norton. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh. Goldberg just managing to kick out.
Oh. And not many people kick out of that, but he's going for the arm again. Trying to work in it. And Goldberg there. Well, that was close to a tap out. But he says no, stands up with Norton. Now working the midsection. Norton again low, arm bar down. And he signifies it's the end here. Norton, can he pick up Goldberg?
He picks him up again. Is he going to go for that shoulder breaker? No. Goldberg with the backslide. Oh. Spears his way through Norton.
Oh my God.
Psychs himself up.
And what's next?
Well, James is going to jack him up.
Oh, he got him up.
And hammer him down.
Jesus Christ.
1, 2, 3.
Wow.
And still US champion.
There is only one Goldberg. So impressive there, Scott Norton. Norton brought it, but Goldberg, though, it's good. And if he fights for the NWO, be something to watch every week. What are your thoughts?
Most definitely, yeah. Him and Jericho are the two. Well, him, Jericho, Eddie and Chavo, probably the most entertaining things to watch. Sod all the big stories, Macho, Bret, Hogan, Nash, Sting, all that shit. It is the understories which make it.
Yeah, it really is. And speaking of that, we get another clip from Macho from Thunder. He says, Bret's a con man, and we get a video of Bret smirking.
Well, James, he wasn't smoking. He just had a grin on his face. And more commentators discussing Bret.
Mean Gene in the ring. He's waiting for Bret, and Gene asks why.
Well, Bret says, first of all, it's nice to be in the house that Hogan built. One thing he found out, there's no room for guilt.
Yeah, he said there's pimps and thieves in wrestling. He said Macho's crying now, has never been in the ring, and he wants a match at Slamboree.
Gene says, why, Bret? Why?
Well, Bret said it's something I want to say to Hogan tomorrow night.
So that's it. Instead of bringing Hogan out, it's tomorrow.
Yeah. Bret says, who is anyone to question him? he's tired of being on the back bench.
Well, Bret leaves and Tony says, don't forget 2 hours on Tuesday.
So that is it for Monday night. We then go to Tuesday night and we get a promo video of Bret, and we've just seen the opening titles, and then
we get fireworks.
Yeah, fireworks. Tony welcomes us to the double header.
Commentators question what Bret is doing,
and we get a black and white video of Bret from Nitro.
But Disco is on his way down to the ring.
Yeah, and he's in action versus Benoit.
And we get some Free Flair and Fear Benoit signs.
Yeah, Benoit doesn't waste time. Chops and headbutts.
2 suplexes in a row. Disco blocks the second one.
Tony tells us Disco come up to him, says he'll be an icon.
Larry responds... Larry in response says, well, we'll see in 20 years.
2018 call-in. Disco is not an icon or remembered.
Nah, who? Disco in control of the match since, but takes his time and misses elbows.
Tony says Benoit is the greatest non-champion.
Well, we get the German suplex.
Throat slit.
Diving headbutt.
But Disco kicks out.
But
unfortunately into a crossface. Not a bad match. So what do you think of the promo video for Jericho? No?
It makes you love him more, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. It is really nice. So it's time for Jericho. But wait a minute, that's not Jericho's music. That's Dean Malenko. It can't be, surely.
Don't call me Shirley. That's not Malenko. It's just Jericho coming out mocking.
Can he get any worse? Comes out here and the mannerisms, he's laughing.
No, James, he's smirking.
Yeah. Oh, Chris Jericho. So up next we get, I guess,
Jericho versus Psychosis.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a bit of a sloppy match.
Yeah. Side tries Hurricane on top, but gets turned into Lion Tamer. Both ends slipped, and it did look a bit clumsy, but Jericho gets the wins.
Indeed, yes. And we get Nitro Girls.
Yeah, Nitro Girls. But Jimmy Hart out with Barbarian.
Yes, Public Enemy out next, and it's Rocco Rock in singles action.
And Tony talks about how great wrestling is and plugs the next pay-per-view Slamboree.
Well, Barbarian chokes Rocco Rock and power...
Ain't pretty.
But it's effective. Rocco Rock goes to the top, but it had no effect.
Yep, Jimmy trips Rocco.
And Humorous runs in to attack Barbarian behind the ref's back.
Yep, trash can by Johnny on Hugh.
And ref turns this into...
a Norfolk Street Fight tag match.
Public Enemy with tag team moves on Jimmy, but Jimmy Hart interferes.
Yeah, gets put on the table, but Hugh gets put through instead.
The Barbarian with a big boot victory on Grunge.
Again, not too bad.
And Tony talks about Macho and Bret, and we get a video recap of that.
Yeah, another video this time of Hoovy, and he's in action next versus Kidman. Started it, and both high-flying action here. Hoovy on the top of Kidman.
Oh, but Kidman with a low blow on Hoovy.
Oh!
Set out powerbomb from the second rope.
Going for the cover.
1, 2.
Oh,
Oh, but Juice kicks out.
Hoovy slammed down.
Oh, and Kidman heloing over the top rope looking for the leg drop, but Juice moves out of the way. And Hooven 2 blocking all of Kidman's strikes, but Hoovy turns it into a slam. Kidman with a backslide, looking for the Dragon Sleeper. Or is it an inverted suplex?
Oh, goes to the outside. Hoovy lands on the apron there. Now shoulder block.
Springboards over the top rope, cross body.
That's a nice picture. Oh, takes him down.
But Kidman manages to kick out.
Oh. And that Irish whip, but Kidman reverses. And a flapjack there. And a clothesline by Billy.
So this is going up against nothing then, this 2 hours.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. They're going to test. They're thinking, oh, we don't want to wait as war anymore. We'll just go Tuesday. Now Kidman's got him. Superplex time.
Juve fighting out though.
Oh.
Crutches Billy on the top rope.
And now Guerrero, Hurricane runner off the top. Oh, and Kidman managing to kick out. Hoovy calling to the end. And a chop, but Hoovy with a back elbow. Kidman blocking it. Hoovy again. Hoovy driver. Oh! Kidman lands on his head. And now Hoovy going to go up. And we know what he likes to hit up here. We know what he likes to do. 450.
Oh, hits its mark. 1, 2, 3.
Beautiful there by Hoovy in a win. Showing his toughness, the warrior.
And Billy Kidman again getting beaten up. I mean, that man takes a lot of beatings.
He does. And Sick Boy and Riggs out here. But Hoovy fighting them both.
Oh, sends them to the outside.
And now this is Horace Hogan's got him. Oh, my God. Throws him in. And now Reese.
Hits him with a Punjabi plunge. Goes for the cover, but he's not in a match.
You fucking idiot. Here we go. It's Booker T versus Eddie. Both of them making their entries. This should be a great matchup. Collar and elbow tie up to start. Eddie's been giving Chavo shit. Well, now it's time for Eddie to back up his words in the ring. And now Eddie grabs a side headlock, but Booker pushes him off. Shoulder block down. Eddie seems startled. He don't want any of that. He's calling for timeout. Booker saying, no, bring it on. And Eddie having a chat with the referee saying, look, it's not really fair what he's doing because he's grabbing the hair and pulling him down. And that's what Booker needs to get the advantage of. So the referee then saying to Booker, did you do that?
But Eddie Guerrero's complaining about it as if it's not okay to cheat to win.
It's not. Eddie's a fine young man who gets victories the right way. I've never seen him getting caught cheating here by the referee. So, right at the moment, look at this, being caught in the armbar. Look away, nips up beautifully.
Oh, gets caught with a heel kick from Booker, though. Sends him back down to the mat.
Now, Booker's going to take his time. Just come off a war, didn't he, with Chris Benoit. With new challenges maybe awaiting him, Eddie Guerrero. Oh, that was nice by Eddie going through the legs and then drop kicking him down. Eddie, nice suplex floating over, but can't get the pin on Booker. Well, maybe tonight Bret Hart will tell us why he did what he did. Also, Goldberg's going to be in action, and it's going to be good. This match, Eddie's got Booker. Booker fight back now with submission.
Where's Mongo McMichael been? I ain't seen him for a while.
Well, thank goodness for small mercies, eh? And Eddie, short arm clothesline. Take Booker down. He's saying to Chavo, this is what you do. And look at it, stomping on his head as well. Don't get distracted though, Eddie. Booker T's a tough son of a gun. As the commentator said, it's a special Tuesday edition. It's all NBA playoffs, apparently. Because we don't know what time they're going to be on and what time it starts. So it could be 2 hours on a Monday, an hour on Tuesday. But it definitely gives WF advantage, doesn't it? By able to keep the show going throughout this time. And Nitro having to work around what else they're going to have on TNT. So it keeps the storyline going. But I still think it's been a good episode of Nitro. Of course, we talk about the ratings and everything like that afterwards. As Eddie stomps on the hand of Booker T. Nice back elbow, but Booker fighting back.
Eddie Guerrero with the upper hand thus far in this match, showing Chavo how it's done.
It's exactly what he does for the referee. Poke to the eye. But we didn't see that, did we? It was just that's how quick Guerrero is. And Booker now with a clothesline. Booker Irish ripping Eddie. Nice. Dodging that axe kick. Going for the Irish rip. Booker reverses. Oh! Well, leapfrog there by Booker, but then Hurricane Runner by Guerrero. Booker rolled through. Guerrero rolls through again. Foot on the ropes.
Did he get the free count? No, the referee caught him.
I think Chavo got the referee's attention. Oh!
Booker T spinnerooned up to his feet, hit the axe kick, going up top for the missile drop kick.
Well, if it wasn't for Chavo getting involved, Eddie Guerrero slowly gets to his feet. Drop kick, Booker go for the cover, and the victory. You got to think Chavo's got to be quite happy inside, don't you?
I would have thought so, yes.
So Booker wins it, Chavo checking on Eddie. Well, Marty Jannetty is out next versus Saturn.
Oh, that sounds like an awesome match. Well, Saturn attacks straight away. Jannetty tried, but Saturn is pretty brutal.
Yeah, Tony says we'll be on next week, but not sure when. It's always good, isn't it?
Yes, and Death Valley Driver, Saturn with the win.
Well, Mean Gene in the ring, and he's introducing DDP.
And last week, Raven ran away.
Yeah, the only reason I did it is because he needs to experience the Big Bang Theory, apparently.
They should call a TV show that. Well, come on down and feel the bang.
Well, here comes a flock.
Kidman and Sick Boy are messengers.
Because of a hurtful comment, here's a video.
Well, what Paige did for his family, it's really personal, talking about kids, and says it's over. Quote the Raven more.
Paige says he can't hear it, so he just diamond cut a Sick Boy.
He leaves through the crowd and fan attacks Kidman.
Yeah, but it's actually Canyon, and we saw him a couple of weeks ago, and Goldberg is next. So here comes Jerry Flynn, and he's a mean-looking motherfucker, isn't he? Look at that. He don't care. He's like, come on, bring it on. 77-0, and can Jerry Flynn with his martial arts background cause an upset?
So, he was 76-0 last night on Nitro.
Yep.
And he's 77-0 tonight.
That's weird, Dan, actually, isn't it? Unless they had a house show this morning. Goldberg sank the Titanic, Dan. 24K Goldberg. Goldberg's the man. 76-0 is what Goldberg is right now. Beware of Goldberg. Goldberg is the man. Well, sorry, Goldberg is the man. So here comes Goldberg, the most enjoyable part of a Monday Nitro, barring a couple. And he's out here, US title on the line. Well, this could be difficult. Joe Flynn, might be attacking Goldberg to start off with. United States champion, of course, beat Scott Norton last night. But Flynn getting in his face. This is going to be a very long match. Flynn there, back kick, getting the advantage early.
Irish whip attempt. Goldberg comes out, ducks underneath him. Flynn's a Flynn.
Suplex by Goldberg. And he's saying, I'm going to just finish this now. Oh!
Boom! Runs through Flynn.
Oh! And now after the spear, Dan, what happens next?
Well, James, he jacks him up.
Oh my God!
And hammers him down.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
Dan, that was a big one.
That was huge.
Unbelievable, Bill Goldberg. Dan, what are your thoughts on that match?
Absolutely impressive. It's Goldberg at his best.
It really is. It really is. So it's Nitro Girls.
Yay!
Yeah. Nitro. You know how long Nitro Girls are for, Dan?
How long are they
For life. So Michael Buffer's in the ring for the big main event.
Let's get ready to rumble. Monday, Tuesday, Nitro doubleheader. Conan slipped.
Hey, you fucking wanker.
I've got the largest arms in the world, and that is the largest arm in the world. Classic Scott Steiner.
You see the big trophy coming out as well. So Conan nearly slipping, and Scott Steiner as well. Of course, alongside Vincent.
Brian Adams.
And Brian Adams. I know I was watching. And Brian. Nitro continues next. Ladies and gentlemen, so welcome the former World Heavyweight Champion Sting, who's kind of been forgotten about since Starrcade, bless him. This is Team WCW versus Team NWO. For life. Sting's not happy, man, coming out with Luger. And of course,
the Giant.
Yeah.
So judging by Luger's NWO runnings, it should be a victory for the WCW representatives over the NWO B squad.
Yeah.
C squad.
B squad, I think it'd be fair. C squad. And Luger coming out here joking around. Maybe he thinks it's going to be easy tonight. Yeah, I mean, you got the magnitude of Sting. Then you got Conan, blah. Adams, blah. And Scott Steiner, maybe, yeah, in the B. Here we go. It's the NWA versus the WCW. It's the last match we got to watch on these massive 3 episodes. Sting's ready for Adams, and the fans are definitely WCW. Oh, Sting going for leapfrog. Brian Adams catches it.
Inverted atomic drop there, and great power from the big man.
And now he's picking Sting up.
Oh, big backbreaker. 1. Oh, but Sting managing to kick out.
Scott kind of got close eye, and so Luger and Giant. Sting managed to get out a suplex attempt.
Kick to the midsection and splashes Brian Adams' face into the mat.
Well, Dan, anything I'll do it for you.
That's not Brian Adams, James.
I don't want to miss a thing. Sting going for the Scorpion Deathlock.
I don't want to miss a thing, Sting.
I don't want to miss a thing, Sting. But Adams getting to the bottom rope.
Timeout. Adams is calling for a timeout.
There's no timeout in Wars. And Scott Steiner making sure he's alright, so is Vincent.
Hey, your brother.
Giant gets tagged in. It's Big Man versus Big Man.
He was 450, now over £500, and Conan says, I want me some of Giant.
I tell you what, if Conan has on Giant, that's enough. So he says he's a member of the Wolf Pack, yet he's teaming up with Brian Adams, Vincent. So that mean they're NWO Wolf Pack as well, then?
I'm not quite sure.
No, I'm a little bit confused here. So it's Conan by the looks of things. He's on the apron, complaining about his hair pull. There's one problem with that, though. It's caught by the Giant. Giant with the backbreaker. Steiner tags himself in, facing off with Luger. It's going to be a flex/pose off.
Oh, and the straps are down for Steiner.
Who's a bigger man? Scott wants to get it on. So does Luke. Luger's like, well, that's impressive, young man.
Well, Luger's like, mine's more natural than yours.
Yeah. Now both men lock up.
Oh, shoulder to shoulder, but neither inch. Luger this time running the ropes. Runs through Steiner. And for a second time,
And he picks him up.
Inverted atomic drop.
Running the ropes and Conan from behind.
Gets knocked off the apron, but that gives Steiner a chance. Double underhook.
He's going to try it on Luger.
Oh, plants Lex.
And look at Scott celebrating like he just won the World Series. And telling Giant to suck it.
And Big Show saying you're that.
Oh, Scott is a monster. Look at Sting, and Sting wants in.
And Luger doesn't want none of Sting. Steiner doesn't want none of Sting.
And now he's going to concentrate on Lex Luger. Boots to the midsection.
Punches away at his head.
Scott tags in Conan. And now Conan in. And Luger manages to fight both men off.
Well, he runs through Steiner. Shoulder barges Conan. Can he get a tag to either Sting or the Giant?
Well, who would you rather tag? I don't really matter. Doesn't matter really. Just whoever fresh man is. Dismisses from my own question.
Oh. The NWO are making, but Brian Adams is backing away and he says, no, don't want nothing to do with that. Why?
Adams don't want to be a part of that, but Sting's in.
Catches them both with a Stinger splash.
Conan's down, it's just Scott Steiner left of the ring. Vincent pulls him out, but he gets caught.
Big Show chokeslams him from the outside. Into the ring.
And the referee counting out Scott Steiner and Conan. And they're saying
their hand as if they was victorious.
Yeah, exactly. They're saying they're friends. And Vincent left playing. Brian Adams has walked out. And WCW look like they're together. But what about the NWO?
There's certainly a lot of distinctions in the ranks of the New World Order.
Doesn't look like it's for life at the moment. Looks like for everyone for themselves. Sting, Giant, Luger.
Picking up Vincent.
They're going to fucking slime on him. Have you slimed yet, boy? So we're back. And Mean Gene Okerlund is in the ring. He's not a hero, Dan, is he?
He's a legend.
And he wants the comments of Bret, the Hitman Hart. And he said he was going to wait until he's face-to-face with Hogan. And why, Bret, why? What are the comments? We're going to find out right now.
And that is the magic truth.
If I hear the magic tune of Bret, of Hogan. And here he comes. Does he? The World Heavyweight Champion for life. And here comes Bischoff with Hogan playing that belt. And of course the disciple following him. He's had a fresh coat of paint, and Hogan.
Oh look, he's got the NWO belt.
He is spray painted that. He has disgraced another world title. Mean G saying the world's waiting, and Hogan, you'll take your time. So Bret wants to talk to Hollywood. Someone he's looked up to for a long, long time. So Bret says Hogan's the highest paid wrestler in history. Most visible wrestler of all time. No, that's not right, is it? Most visually visible, recognisable wrestler of all time. And Hogan says, I really appreciate you setting the record straight. And there's a big cheer going up. Hogan says, you're telling it like it is. So the biggest reason he can beat him is... he's got Hogan's title. He's got Hogan's t-shirt on. Macho attacks Macho attacks Bret.
Before he even gets a chance to speak, Disciple and Hogan beating down Savage.
3-on-1 assault, and Bret is going to help with the NWO. As he joined the NWO, the rubbish comes in as Bret assaulted Macho Man, and we go off the air, and shocking there. We didn't really get an answer, but Dan, what are your thoughts on Nitro the past couple of episodes?
Aside from the NWO stuff, I think it's been great. It seems to be dragging out far too much. I don't know, it's just really confusing as well, the amount of twists and turns. I even think the NWO are confused as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we've got to divide a whole roster now of people that are in the NWO, if they're Wolfpack, if they're not. It's like Bret, has he joined the NWO, hasn't he? What's going on with everything here? It just doesn't make sense. But like I said, the storylines with Jericho, Guerrero, Goldberg, and everything else has been fucking brilliant. I think the NWO's really letting it down, whereas over in Raw, the main of fucking, like, with Austin, you just want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And if you put Austin in with what the undercard is in WCW, you would have a show that would just be viewed by everybody in the world.
Most definitely. I think the only thing that's letting WWF down is its actual wrestling quality. Everything else is absolutely spot on perfect.
Yeah. Right, so TV ratings on this. On the 20th of April, Raw lost that week, 20th of April. Raw got a 4.4. What did Nitro get?
Nitro got a 5.1.
And then a week later, with the hour and 2 hour edition of Nitros, that scored a 1.72, so not good at all.
And Raw got a 5.7.
So it just shows you people had a choice between Nitro and Raw. There was 9, and then there was only 6, so yeah. Raw won big that week. So the war is going week in, week out between the two. I completely agree with you. But let's work it out then. So we've got the 5-point system. We've got roster, promo, setting, and matches, and of course the rating of the show. That's out of 10. And then we both get an overall, which should be 30 points for each show. We then add those points together, and then we'll get an outright winner for the month. So let's start then. We'll do Raw and Nitro. We'll do both at the same time. We'll talk about each of them. So we'll start off with roster. Do you want me to take roster? Do you want to take roster?
You take roster.
All right. Start off with roster. I feel that with WWE on the Raw as we're seeing it, it's slowly getting better week in, week out. You know, kind of people like Kurgan have been slightly used, DOA getting phased out, Truth Commission are kind of gone, and you're getting the kind of D-Generation X, the way they're teaming up together. That's looking good. You've got the Nation, they're forming the way they are. The main event scene with kind of the dude and everything that involved. I think it's really good. And I've always said Nitro's got the better roster, though. They've always got more people, got more talent. So I've got to give that accordingly to the score, if you know what I mean. So I think for roster, for me, Raw, I'm going to give it a 4 because it's improving, but Nitro, I'm going to give it 4.5. What are your scores out of 5 for those two?
Again, with what you're saying, you've got the characters. I think they're shining through a bit better. So I'm going to have to agree with you on 4 for Raw. But Nitro, again, it's got the Jerichos, it's got the Guerreros, it's even got the Booker T's, Benoit's, Goldbergs. I think they've got much more talent. It's just they're not being utilised correctly. So, yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there, 4.5.
So then we'll move on to the promos for both shows.
Promos, I absolutely think Raw are completely knocking it out of the park with this one. You've got the DX and the invasion angle. You've got the Austin. Even, some of Dude Loves I'm not quite getting, but it's still entertaining in there as well to see the 3 faces of Foley coming out of it. So I'm going to have Raw's a 4.5.
Yep. And
Nitro, it's same old. If Goldberg spoke a bit more, I think that would improve it. Guerrero's not really saying too much. He all his is more of his mannerisms and how he is with Chavo. The only person there keeping their head above water is Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
And I'd have to give him, basically, Jericho is Nitro. I'm going to have to give him a 3.5.
No, I completely agree with it. I mean, promos are thrown in like the videos and stuff like this as well that build up. And I think with Raw, every match and every feud has got a video that you can watch that makes sense and explains exactly the storyline that you're watching, even if you tuned in for the first time. Whereas with Nitro, you have no clue. It's like the start of fucking... We bring a pay-per-view into it, Spring Stampede. We had no idea any other people were involved apart from Hogan, Nash, and Macho Man. They didn't tell a story. And apart from the Jericho video they've had, that was the only good thing. We're in ring, Jericho's been a shining light, but over in Raw, like you said, you've got The Rock, you've got Triple H, you've got Steve Austin, you've got Vince McMahon hitting it out of the park every time. So, yeah,
even Paul Bearer.
So I give it a 4 for Raw for promo, and I give it 2.5 for Nitro for a promo. That's how bad I think it is. For setting, again, we've said this a lot, Raw needs to improve a little bit. Still not that nice. I mean, the fireworks are okay. Once they move to start getting bigger arenas, once they get the black barricade sorted out around things like that, it'll be okay. That's a 3 for me. Nitro for me, still better, so I gave that a 4 because obviously the setting's a little bit old, maybe a little bit with refurb. But like Spring Stampede set...
You've got to remember that we are going back 20 years. We haven't got the proper LCD screens. We haven't got, the big bit in the sky that projects lights. On Raw, they've got 2 blokes in town with shining fucking lights down on them.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas the Nitro's more professional look. And also Spring Stampede, we had the kind of, that kind of cowboy feel to it that I liked as well. So I think that's why I've got to give it a 4.
Yeah, I'm going to give 3.5 for Nitro and a 2.5 for Raw.
Alright, and then matches. I mean, matches is quite a difficult one, isn't it? Because I think it's obvious you think like WCW's kind of beaten Raw with matches, but again, bit like with roster, I think the matches are improving on Raw,
Well, with that, you've got to weigh in the good with the bad for Nitro. I mean, for every Jericho versus Eddie Guerrero match, there's going to be an NWO heavy match. I know some of them, they can be surprisingly good, and a lot of them are over before they do any trouble. But every NWO match, it seems it always ends with interference and, someone getting beaten down, the numbers game getting over on there. And, on Raw, it's more of a cleaner finish.
Yeah. But the thing I've done for that is I've kind of marked them down on the rating as opposed to matches. I'm going to give credit to like people like Booker T and Benoit this month, and just mark the NWO shit down for their overall rating on the month, if you know what I mean. So I completely agree with you there, but I think credit to the young guys who are kind of making me enjoy the wrestling more on Nitro than they are Monday Night Raw. That's why I gave Raw 3.5 out of 5. So they are improving the matches, but Nitro still gets a solid 4 for me.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that one. Yeah, 3.5 for Raw, 4 for Nitro, because it is that, you know, the younger guys, I think if they had a show full of them, it'd be a million times better.
All right, so then rating out of 10 for Monday month.
I'd have to give it, for this month, an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Any reasons why you gave Raw 8.5 out of 10?
I think it's becoming more innovative. You know, we had the first ever Inferno match. We had the first ever saw some puppies. It's improving a lot. I think, you know, especially with the change that happened after WrestleMania. It's, you know, it's starting to become fresher. It's starting to revamp itself. It's starting to get a bit more upmarket, and it's, you know, it is definitely improving, and you can tell that it's on its way up.
I completely agree with you. Raw is getting really, really exciting now. We're getting introductions to everybody else. The Austin McMahon feud's been phenomenal, it has. And we also, the DX, they're kind of degenerates that we know and love, but they're kind of bringing a light side to it, even though they are peeing on bikes and doing stuff like that. But we know the kind of great stuff to come. I also agree with you. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10 for Raw. For Nitro, I said I was going to mark it down for what it did wrong, and I am. I think overall the show's so disjointed as well with kind of NWO heavy stuff. Like I said, if the Thunder was dedicated for 2 hours of the Benoits and the Guerreros, then that would be the show that I would be watching. But unfortunately, it's Nitro as well. So I'm going to give that 7.5 out of 10. So a full, you know, that's a big markup when you think Raw got 8.5. Nitro's down on 7.5 out of 10 for me for the month.
With Nitro, it is, you know, there is still some very good sides to it. You know, you're seeing the Goldberg coming through, the strengths of him. You've got Jericho, who I think we've absolutely, you know, it's just seeing him coming into it, and he's coming into his own. He's excellent on the mic, as he always, you know, as he goes on to be. But again, you know, the NWO's too confusing. It's got so many problems in itself. Bret Hart's even more confusing. Yeah. You know, and you got the Jim Neidhart and Bulldog going against whoever they're going against.
Yeah, this is the same. Henning's just playing out the same storyline, isn't he, with just Hart Foundation members?
It is. I don't know. It's just getting like WWF was 4 or 5 years ago, which is, you know, I think they need to try and kind of move on from that. And they are in some retrospects, but in others, they've still got men like Hollywood Hogan, Savage, Piper, and that leading the show. And even their promos are really confusing as well. So I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10. Yeah,
I completely agree with you there. You know, I really do think that Nitro is relying on its old self. And another thing I think I should just want to say quickly is the fact that, like, maybe it's a week in, week out. There's no pay-per-view goal. It's not a monthly goal. It's a week in, week out thing with the ratings. I think maybe that's what cost Sting, because it's like, oh shit, we lost the war and Sting was world champion. So what we got to do is change it up. Change the Macho. I tell you what, we'll change it back to Hogan as well, because when Hogan was champion, Hogan probably said that backstage. Look, brother, when I was champ, we won the ratings, you know. So we'll see now what Hogan has to say when the ratings keep dodging in and out, you know, and they have to rely on other people to get the job done. Right, so I just need some music down to work out the scores for Raw. Yep, I have. So I've got them. Got the scores for Raw, and I just need to work out the scores for Nitro. So a bit more music, please. Yep. And I can announce after last month's Cersei, we have an outright winner this month.
Wiener.
We do indeed. So, quite incredibly, we'll go through the scores. I say, with Raw, worked out the scores each, so both of us went 4 on the roster. You went 4.5 on the promo, I went 4. Setting 2.5 for you, 3 for me. 3.5 both for matches, both 8.5 out of 10. Both overall for Raw this month is 23 each. We both scored at 23, so that gets 4 points at 60. So Nitro needs to beat 46. So I'll just run through my score quickly for Nitro. 4.5 for Ross, that's a good one. 2.5 for promo, 4 for setting. Matches 4, rating 7.5. That's 22.5. So a half point less. A half behind at the moment. New Nitro scores. Your roster 4.5 out of 5. Promo 3.5. Setting 3.5. Matches 4. That's really, really strong. You had your 7 out of 10. Nitro for you scored 22.5. Exactly the same as me. So that means, if my maths is correct, we add them together. Raw is on 46. Nitro got 45. So Raw is the winner for April. Hey.
Well done, Raw.
So Raw wins. Not only the tide has turned for Raw here, but also on the WWE versus WCW podcast that we do on the WNR podcast. So that's it. Anything else about Raw, SmackDown, Raw, Nitro? I think we covered everything this month, haven't we?
I believe we have, yes.
So we'll be back next month for WWE versus WCW in May 1998. We've got WCW Slamboree, and we've got WWF Over the Edge 99. Next podcast is the WNR156. 1998. Next podcast, WNR156, greatest ever Royal Rumble. But until then, you can follow us on Twitter at WWE Network Review or
at Vince McMahon, at Vince McDan WWE.
I'm at Jay. We're across the Google platforms, WWE Network Review on Google+. Send us an email to WNRpodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook.
Yes, Facebook. You can come and find our page and give us a like with the WWE Network Review podcast, or you can come and find me and add me as a friend. I am Vince McDan.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, WWE Network Review Podcast. Clips going up there, and podcasts go at the same time with other places like SoundCloud.
On your phone.
Don't forget to follow Diddley, our music maker, on SoundCloud. We're also on Spreaker Radio. We've got a live shows coming up in June. And iTunes, where you can download, subscribe, rate, and review there. That is it. Anything else, Dan? I have been James Rowlands, and as always, I was joined by
Dan White.
Thanks for listening, everybody, and bye.
Bye.